hands of Faker. And top esports, they are the chosen ones. It is Jackie Love who takes that chance and gets this chance to
starts with success
for all of the LPL. It's gonna be one for the books. T1 versus top esports to find out who joins KT in the grand final of Worlds 2025.
Lila.
春兰，夏竹，
夏如。
秋菊。
Bro, it's crazy that she says 2 syllables and it's a whole ass sentence.
人称四君子。志远，心自明。
Just in time? Yeah, I was a little bit late. Boom. Boom indeed.
冬梅，于霜雪中傲立。
Wait, I just realized
凌寒独
I'm streaming on 720p, bro. Walaikum
又
salam.
进世界赛了，我们还是4强。
Is the quality fine, guys? Can you tell me?
去年输给 T1 之后，感觉就是差距比我想象中的更大一点吧，还是很失落的。
每次世界赛总能碰到 T1，因为有飞快选手的存在。 对于我来说，这一次会不一样的。我们都互相信任，我们都相信每个人也都能站出来。
Holy. That's a Jackie Love song, bro.
输了的时候就要想着下次有机会一定要赢回来。我会努力抓住每一波机会。
记录就是用来被打破的。
夏竹，于青山中扎根，任由风打。
Oh no. They went from rise to let it never die, it's cooked. This is 2015 World Song.
이번 연도 같은 경우에는 그냥 모든 대회가 다 힘들었었던 것 같고요. 이렇게 연습 때부터 도전하는 적이 좀 처음인 것 같아서 실전에서도 좀 자신감이 없는 상황이었었던 것 같습니다.
제가 월즈 리핏을 이뤄내고 바로 다음 해 교체 기용을 당한 거에 대해서 힘들었었던 것 같고 그럼에도 한편으로는
Difficult times.
세계에서 가장
Made you
대단한
hard, man.
선수인 페이커 선수도 그런 일이 있었기 때문에 저도 이 시기를 잘 보내보려고 노력했던 것
That's the
같습니다.
way to view it, bro. That's the way to view it. Come on now.
정말 많은
Gabush is a
일이
strong man.
있음에도 그 자리에 꿋꿋이 서 있는 게
He's a strong man.
가장 높은 대나무를 보는 것 같습니다.
He didn't want nobody's pity, man.
T1이 없다면 유산도 없습니다. 유산을 가지고 싶다면 저희를 넘어야 할 겁니다.
Ain't no way. Bro. Nice, Faker. It's impossible. It's like you have to surpass me. 6 world
然
championships.
华夏祥
Yeah,
瑞，
of course we
气
can.
象大千。典籍所记有神秘
It's so
异兽、
good.
龙首、迷身、怒宗。
You know what I feel is gonna happen today, guys? I have this feeling.
瑞兽若现，天命将至。
I have this feeling Top East was gonna like stomp game 1. And then Top East was gonna like, oh shit, we can win.
麒麟，
And then they're gonna get 3-1.
谁能挺进决赛？
Come on, Jackie. crazy thing is, you know,
他们
we
有
just
很
had
多可以
KT
失
beat
去的
Genji, you
但
know,
我们什么都不怕。
and somehow, even though Top Esports and
一切
Faker
都是
and
为了
like and
打破。
T1 are more equally matched.
결국 깨질 수 없는 기록도 존재합니다.
This guy just came in to he started the day with rage bait. Bro, he's like, he put effort into what he wrote too and thought he was smart. Yeah, Shanks, Hongq caps. And Chobi's a bum, guys.
全球的英雄联盟粉丝们，大家好，欢迎来到
Chevy never won
上海
anything.
梅赛德斯奔驰文化中心，一起见证2025全球总决赛。
He plays bad League of Legends one day a year.
胜出队伍将挺进决赛。
He doesn't deserve anything.
共同来争夺全球总决赛的桂冠。上海，让
How
我
about
们
some
用热烈
sympathy
的
for the
欢呼
guy, you know?
有请来自 LCK 赛区的 T1，以及来自 LPL 赛区的 TES。
25. We're here at the penultimate series of the entire competition to see who gets the right to face KT Rolster in the finals in Chengdu next week. Will it be the back-to-back reigning world champions, Korea's T1, or will it be the last remaining Chinese team here in Shanghai with the LPL's Top Esports? I'm Captain Flowers here with Dagda and Vedius as we all find the answer to that question here today.
Top Esports trying to do what no other LPL team has done before them. Whereas T1 trying to do what no other team in the world has achieved in getting that 3-peat for the title. And it sits there, all eyes on the trophy.
Expectations are that T1 will continue their legacy, but that is what makes Top Esports such a scary opponent. We've already seen at this year's World Championship that expectations can be defied. And today, that responsibility falls on the shoulders of Top Esports as they go up against the Titans of T1.
And a Titan was already slain yesterday in the first semi-final. Genji, heavy favorites in the eyes of a lot of fans, a lot of analysts going into this tournament, taken down by KT, who have just shot meteorically straight to the finals. And now T1, who have been to finals so many times, versus Top Esports, who have never made it to the World Finals before. It could be another upset, or it could just be another stepping stone for the reigning champs.
Yeah, it's an absolutely insane world that we live in. Either curses are broken for Top Esports and KT.
I saw someone have a take that Chovy should roll swap to top lane and join T1 and win some worlds with Faker.
The greatest version of SKT and T1 that has ever existed.
It is quite the timeline that we find ourselves in, gentlemen, and all I can ask for is that we see some fantastic League of Legends on the Rift. It's not been the easiest journey for T1.
No.
They've had their struggles, they've had their setbacks, and AL very much did push them to their very limits. And we'll see if Top Esports can do the same thing. If nothing else, their brothers in AL showed them the weaknesses in T1. They showed them opportunities that they can look to try and exploit. And my eyes draw towards that man in the jungle, Kanavi. The man that just made fun of Skumon in the jungle. The man that I feel that continues to run the rift for Top Esports. And the man that can build those leads needed to get the edge
he made fun of Skumon in the jungle.
When you've been looking at the LPL all year, it's been Kanavi, it's been Tarzan, the top two junglers there in that league. T1 obviously having worked their way through Tarzan and anyone's legend, like you're talking about just 2 days ago in that quarterfinal. And now we'll see if Kanavi can do what Tarzan could not. We're into our first champ select. It's T1 on the blue side, top on the red. Yone and Yunara banned out by T1 as Faker's Azir will not be allowed to enter the rift from top.
I am curious if they want to let that Orianna through, though, because what we saw from Top Esports against G2 was a willingness to give across the Orianna and open up Cream to play things like the Akali, the things he made his name on back when he started in OMG. But we'll have to see what that game plan is going to be, because when we look at the Anyone's Legend series, it was constantly taking Orianna and Azir away from T1.
Poppy increases the value of things like Ambessa, Wukong, Rakan, and that Akali pick that Dagda was
TES
talking
beating
about.
the allegations?
T1,
I
how
don't
will
know.
they shift their
The
focus?
coach,
'Cause with
Coach
the
Home
Yone ban and the Yunara
is the main guy,
Sion
man. He's the main guy,
comes
like,
to
if
attention,
anything.
and immediately it's going to be banned away by T1. So that first pick now looking to be the Wukong. T1 want to get their hands on it. A very
No, it's like you have to come to terms with the people watch and consume League of Legends very differently.
Rumble may very well be the ban
You know,
on
it
the
feels,
side of
it feels
top
bad
esports if something like the
when you're trying to like
is something
explain
that they're eyeing up.
how
I think it's very
magnanimous,
telling, essentially, what
how
this last
crazy
ban
the
is gonna be.
situation
So the
is.
Bard from Keria taken
Oriana's
away
just
once
open.
more. This was another staple ban we saw from Anyone's Legend.
I really
But it
don't like
does
that
say,
because
hey, go on,
let me tell you
take that
something.
Oriana. We're going to try
Cream
and
is
take
a
the Akali here for
terrible
Cream and answer with our own style in top esports.
And you can see their 100% presence in draft throughout this tournament. A powerful pick for top
Crazy to give
esports to
Oriana
let
to
through.
the boy
But
here.
at bare minimum, they're going to buy themselves control over that Wukong here with it.
Absolutely. Wukong plus Akali could be an incredibly viable combination. And it's going to be locked in immediately. We've seen
what?
this once before.
Fuck it,
and they're
balls to the
going
walls, man.
secure it for
Respect.
themselves.
I
Ona
like
will
it.
respond with the Zin of his own. A big comfort pick for him. And
then
another
Ambessa
comfort
on three.
for T1.
Ambessa
as
on
the
three. Come on
Varus
now
is
into bands.
secured for Gumayusi.
This has been
Drop
such an
80.
insane pick for Gumayusi.
All right, I
in
respect
this
it. Come on,
tournament.
Top
He has
Esports.
consistently got
Prove
big leads in the lane
yourself
on
in.
this champion and been a menace when it comes towards team fights.
I have to imagine that the Ambessa will now be higher in priority. Top Esports going
the
for a lot
Ambessa,
of dive
hey,
threat. But
okay.
maybe they want some poke of their own.
All right.
They would be a little bit AP
Okay,
heavy.
this is the Gumayusi
but
counter.
still, with the assassination with the
Hey,
backline threat
no!
of Akali +6, instead they move towards the Sivir. Still, a very effective engage combo. Good wave clear, a little short range, which means that poke Varus in the late game. Can they get on top of him will be the question for Top Esports.
I think it was a good read, Vedi. Like, they probably want to try and go for the Ambessa, but I imagine it is going to be banned away here on these next couple of rotations by T1. And if you end up going towards that Ziggs, so much AP damage, you can find yourself lacking in opportunities in that top side of the map. So the Renekton ban?
It's an Ambessa.
It's an Ambessa angle, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that T1 will read the play and they'll look to remove it themselves.
I honestly would have liked the
champions
Ambessa on 3
Alistair,
more.
Top Esports need to be very aware of it. It could be a great
I'm not a
engage
fan.
tool, a potential follow-up
I think
on the side
Ambessa
of
on
T1.
3 was way
Good,
better.
Frontline
I don't know
and
what
also
kind of
just
carry.
a great answer into the Sivir as well.
If T1 ban
Will Top
Aatrox
Esports
here,
consider it
I don't know what top
ban-worthy,
carry they're
or
going to
instead
find.
they have something in the top lane they want to get rid of?
My other thought is also something like a Braum ban, because 369 would love to go towards something like an Ornn. It sets up beautifully for the Wukong, the Akali. You've got two very mobile
Sandra's already banned, mate. I think T1 should ban
I think
Aatrox.
that may be something that they want to look
Kind
for.
of the
but I am
top side
curious
wants
if
a
T1 are
bruiser, I
gonna read
think.
it, take the
Maybe
Braum
with Civi have
for
options,
carrying
but
the
I don't know.
bottom
Civi's
side,
going to have a
and then
losing matchup
enable
most
Doran
likely.
on his own sort of engaged champion.
Okay, we do have that Alistar banned away. The Nico going to be the ban instead. Earlier on in the day, Azael talking about the creativity of Keria's Nico against anyone's legend, but they don't want to allow that to go over to Hong instead.
I feel Rakan might have a lot of value as a potential in the event of a Braum on the other side. It seems though that 369 wants to play more on the defensive route. They want to give Hong full counter pick, full flexibility, and what he's playing into Keria. We know that Keria is just a master of these range supports, and the possibility of Varus Karma, Varus Renata, Varus in any combination of range support could be a very deadly lane to deal with.
It does mean that they have to rely on Doran to be that engage tool, so I guess we'll see if Ornn is going to be taken here in that top side just to provide that tool. Mordekai's are actually going to be
Mordekai's not bad.
taken into the Xante
I think
here.
Mordekai's is
Make sure,
really
and
good.
there's that Rakan you were talking about. So T1
I think
heavily
that
reliant on
Mordekai's
carry on this
against
Rakan
Wukong is
to
very
be
nice.
that main engage tool now.
Problem is, how do you then deal with the Rakan yourself? Because by removing away the Alistar, is Leona or Rel potentially just the safest thing you could go for? Have a little bit more engaged to facilitate and work with
I have to
the
say,
Wukong.
I think coming out of draft, I prefer T1 here.
Nautilus, having that single
think they
target
have
lockdown to put more threat on the backline of
very
Oriana.
good lane matchups.
I do like the Nautilus in this
Good
sort of
scaling.
situation. Okay, they're going to swap to the Karma instead.
Good
I wasn't
scaling.
sure if they wanted to go for an Enchanter in either the Lulu
I like the
or
Morden
the Karma
spots
to try and get
against
that wave
Wukong.
push, counteract what has been that speciality of Gumayusi on this
Who do you think is the
Varus.
best player this
And it
was?
looks like that's the call. Just go for a lane
After how well
dominance in this bottom side.
BDD played
Make sure
against
Jackie Love and Hong
Genji, it
can
has to
fight
be
toe to
BDD.
toe against the T1
And
bot
for
lane
T1, I think
and try
it's
and
Faker.
snowball
For
into
T1, I think it's
effective dragon
Faker,
control
and for
objective
top
team.
esports, I think like
between
Kanavi
the on the
369.
hunt for Jackie
They are
Love,
like
the
in the
Mantra
running.
E there
then
for
if you
Hong.
want to
There's
give a shout out
lot
to
of
AL
AoE
because they
speed up
did, I think,
available on the
1,000.
side of Top Esports, but the only real true engage is still going to be Kanavi on the Wukong.
This is why I think the Mordekaiser pick is so valuable, because we've seen before, I forget which game it was, the Wukong engages, Mord ults the Wukong, and now that engage disappears. And so Top Esports, they're going to have to be very careful with how they approach these fights, because I don't think they're going to have as easy a backline threat, given that they are so reliant on Kanavi to be that engaged.
I mean, it's a similar story for the Akali, right? Akali jumps in, Mord ults her. You're not killing the Mordekaiser in the Death Realm, so I think you've got multiple strong targets here for Doran. Nice pick on the Mordekaiser. We'll have to see now how much value you can get, or are you going to be able to just play through this pushing bot lane into early dragons, into objective control, and try and set up for a strong Top Esports early game?
Top Esports coming out with the Orianna being given over on first pick.
I'm getting rage
I feel
baited
like
everywhere.
if you lose this first game,
It's
there's
funny
going
to
to be
see,
a lot
like,
of criticism towards that choice.
the narrative
not
being
only
shaped, you
with
know?
the popularity of the champion so far at the tournament, but with Faker's
People are like
legacy on it
rewriting
here
BDD's
too.
career,
But we'll see if
Genji,
Top's
they're
plan
rewriting
works
everything.
out as we're on to the Rift.
Like, people that
Here
just
for
didn't
game
watch,
number
it's kinda
1
crazy.
in this semi-final best of 5 to see who gets to punch their ticket
I think
to
the Mordekaiser
Chengdu.
pick is very
Runes
smart
up
here.
on your screen right now. Immediately I'm noticing it's Summoner Spellbook.
Did you
for
consider that
Carrier's
Genji lose
Rakan.
yesterday because he
However,
didn't
the
put t-shirt
comment
on?
over on the side of Top Esports for Hong shows me they really, really want to play for that lane control.
Absolutely. Top Esports.
Whose draft you like? I prefer blue side.
That bot lane control that Dagda was talking about.
I prefer blue side. I think Orianna's very strong.
Leverage their push to maybe get
Orianna's
early
OP,
rotations to send
honestly.
for the grubs, or maybe even set their sights on that early dragon in the early game. But before we even dive even deeper into that, I want to look back a little bit at last year, because these two teams are no strangers to one another, and we've got a little bit more time to talk about it, because last year it was a one-sided affair. T1 made fun of Top Esports in convincing fashion with a 3-0 performance, snuffing their hopes out and eliminating them before Top Esports could find any momentum in the playoffs.
Yeah, and even when you looked at that game one, it kind of looked like Top Esports had gotten off to a decent start, but T1 just came alive and were able to dominate the rest of the series throughout. Now, obviously, slightly different roster set up in there. You had Mako and you still had TN that were on the team, and now it has been shifting over towards a Top Esports that aren't really playing towards that same style. They are much more patient. They are more about control. They are more about trying to set up around objectives. And I think it has given a new identity to this squad, but you are still going up against a T1 that it seems like at Worlds just come alive every single time.
And I want to go back to something that you were talking about during the draft, when we saw the Rakan drafted there for Keria. The importance that is being placed on his shoulders as the main engage here for T1 in this Game 1 draft. I feel like in the Swiss stage, we didn't see the best League of Legends from Keria that we've seen many times before. It didn't seem like he was executing on the same level that we had seen in the past. But then in the series against Anyone's Legend, just a couple of days ago in the quarterfinals, that series that, like you mentioned, Vedius, went the full distance, best of 5. It was Keria who had a ton of clutch plays.
All right.
Absolutely.
Very sorry for eating my meal here, guys.
Really return to the
All
form that
so I believe
so many fans have in terms of their expectations for him as a player.
I will forever say on the
It's
Thorn
always
Corp that
difficult
Chovy will have the
as
same
a
career as
T1
Arc as
player
Device.
because of the sheer amount
Yeah, I
of
don't
pressure
know.
that sits on your shoulders.
It's like-
but it feels like that whenever they return
What's
to
crazy-
this environment, to this stage,
It's like people are trying
almost
to
like their
reduce and say
comfort
that
zone
it's
because
just
all of the
classic
players
Genji,
come
but
alive.
I think there was a lot of differences. Like this team was way more stacked than ever.
It doesn't
Like,
feel like a different stage.
last year was also stacked, but not this stacked.
So effectively that it kind
Not this stacked. And also, Genji never had a year this good.
I think you're starting to see when they get into quarterfinals, the like creativity coming back for players like Keria, Faker popping off in some of these.
Bro, they
plays.
went 29-1 in best of threes.
Into what could be another LCK.
And then it's like,
As we
for
jump
all
back
the
onto the Rift,
they
there's a
perform,
cool
they
little tidbit
like
for us on
it
the
only
Cats
matters to
set.
perform when it matters.
So many years
Thing is,
ago,
like,
you had the iconic
KT
ball
beat
of
them,
Faker Shockwave finding them all,
right?
and now we have
3-2.
Orianna
But
and
then
Rakan
Genji
in the
came
hands
back,
of
and then there was
T1,
elimination
potentially
point,
giving you
and it
another
got
opportunity.
smacked,
Look,
bro.
if I have the time, I'll make sure I credit Rakan as well, right next to the Orianna. But
They
if
got
they
smacked.
engage in a split second, I might have to pick and choose yet again. We'll see if T1 can find that team fight magic here in the semifinals in 20. 2025. On our screens right now, this bottom lane, we've already talked about it, but again, I feel like control, priority of this lane for Top Esports is so huge.
And I think that's why you're seeing Kanavi starting this top side of the map, right? He knows that he's going to be able to shift his way down towards this bottom side with the push on bot lane, should be able to get crab for himself. And one of the things that is kind of the...
I was saying before Worlds that Keen was the best player of the year. I didn't put Chovy in that same esteem. I put Chovy as the #1 mid laner coming into the tournament though. Which I think is like the rational thing to do, by the way. Like, I don't think it's rational. I think it's irrational to not take into account the 200 games they played in a year, you know?
We know, though, that in terms
Is ADC TP the tech? It's just something that is Varus specific. It's Varus specific, and people match it.
As he is actually moving into the river. Is he looking for an early gank towards the middle lane? No, it looks like his eyes are set on stealing away those Raptors, but now he will be a camp behind. Ona securing that.
Yeah, Kanavi was the most disappointing. Alright, let's see the Kanavi invade. Karma. This is the Top Esports Classic, guys. They're just putting pressure in the early game. Let's see now what Owner and Keria can cook up. They're committing all the way to secure this with Kanavi. Owner! Owner! What is that range? Bro, I didn't know you had fucking spear game like that, bro.
The ward never got cleared. I was actually keeping my eyes on Faker.
That's the longest spear ever.
Maybe he would even try and roam over, but Owner just does it himself.
That's it, guys.
Beautiful steal comes
That's it. Top Esports lost. They are never gonna recover from that.
Pretty much all of his caps. He's very
they will never recover from that. It's over, guys. It's over.
Back up towards the top side.
You remember when?
That scuttle crab.
You remember when Chovy got solo killed by BDD in the Orianna game? And the series was over.
Behind on the clear. A nice recall is going to come through soon from Ona. He's going to get a nice first base off as the bot lane forced to use
the heal trade.
The bot lane has continued to battle it out.
Force is a bit.
Just going to defensively activate that summoner spell to back away as Top Esports wanted to continue going aggressive with it.
Now, nice little layering there of the EW.
Jackie Love Hong steps forward. More damage into Keria here as both sides take a little bit of a beating, but it's Hong.
Important Q. Ooh, we had 3 blight stacks.
To sidestep that piercing arrow with 3 blight
Why did Wu pull the red to the pit? I honestly, like, I was kind of unsure if Zinza had smite range or not.
Running that teleport, so should be able to reset and TP back in. Guma going to look to stop Jackie Love there. Having that level up as well means he can put a little bit more pressure down, but still, TP's back in. It should all go back to even Steven in this bottom lane.
So, Kanavi did skip his wolves in order to get back and start re-clearing
369.
camps. He's now going to be a little bit behind as Doran getting a little low.
Yeah, Doran in some danger
guys,
here. Pops the
Doran's
shield.
chilling, guys. He didn't TP it. Doran's piss chilling. He's piss chilling, bro. That's Doran right there, bro. What a Chad. Hey, you know when people clown me on saying that Doran deserved MVP for their BO5 against AO? Bro, Faker went out and said the same.
Fine in this situation. He just has to be cautious at the threat of a dive, but Mordekaiser, not the easiest champ in the world to dive. No level 6 yet for 369.
Kanavi was spotted though on the ward, and everyone's moving back up towards this top side.
All right, they're moving around trying to see if maybe they can set it up, but they have
I was just wasting time, guys. I really hate this.
So was Doran.
What is this?
Trying to dive Mordekaiser underneath the turret with the ulti is never going to work.
Kanavi.
T1 are punishing the early pathing from
Kanavi is in trouble, bro.
Because he had to skip his bot side camps.
What is nickname Doran the Moran a reference to? No, it's not a reference to anything. It's just a name I made up.
Keria jumps forward, however, the grand entrance does not hit Kanavi.
Well, there's nothing that rhymes with Doran. Whoa, Cream with the flash. It's snappy.
He wants to kill an owner.
Cream!
Cream goes forward.
Cream! Abdul Cream Jabbar! What a flash!
Massive plays from Top
Snappy!
Esports. The double flash over Faker's shockwave means they find none of them. And it's Top Esports.
Faker's too humble to say he deserved the MVP.
And this is so important for
yeah, I think Faker could have gotten MVP as well.
Getting out of control.
Incorrect. Doran the Quran. Nah, we ain't calling Doran the Quran. Yeah, bro.
The Raptors are stolen away.
That's
Kanavi
crazy.
can now pick up the Scuttle Crab as well. Nice advantage gained for Top Esports.
Yeah, and as you were saying, Betty, like they spotted Kanavi
Durian
on
fruit.
so they
Nice flash from Cream. I like that.
Double flash over Faker. means that Owner is
Home.
completely caught out. Cream having that level 6, able to follow him over the
Doran
wall.
the Explorer. That's a good one.
In theory, played smarter on the map, but it's TES who are outplaying them in the moment.
Exactly, Kanavi on his initial invade, trying to steal away the red.
We're gonna do a little swapperoo here.
He wants. And like you pointed out, Betty, then it
See
feels
Lena
like
time and
he's
Battles on the
behind
top.
in the pace of the game. But then the
Mordecai's go
invade
bot.
from T1 to try to
Yeah, they're breathing the way. Cheeky.
ultimately ends
Rock
up being
him.
the greater error as it's
All my
Top
profits
Esports
should go to
first on the
Rakim.
board here with that first kill, and Kanavi has the gold lead in the jungle since he was the one
Cream
who got the
matched.
kill credit
Ooh, I
for
like this Lena time for Top Esports too. Because look, Akali is playing into Ninja Tabi.
Around the board. Cream has been sent to the bot side of the
I
map
like that.
with that Hextech alternator. It looks like he's going to be matching up against Doran. Not a very favorable matchup for the Akali, but this early on, she does still have some great trading potential. The main goal, though, for Top Esports is to move their Sivir into the mid lane, help you guarantee
Re-rack
that lane
him,
pile
re-rack
to make
him.
it easier to contest the grubs that are spawning in 20 seconds. But with the swap up to top, T1 will still have access to this objective.
I did think the Top Esports would try and play more for Dragons, though. I feel like their team fight is better set up around, hey, let's try and stack some of these early objectives, and then being able to draw T1 in towards these fights and maybe look for some of these cross maps. But with the early lead that they managed to pick up on towards Cream and Kanavi, and that level 6 just being hit for Kanavi, maybe they feel like they can actually fight.
I think majority of teams fans are made during Worlds.
That early rotation up towards
That's the problem Genji has been facing, you know.
Timer is pretty desync from 369.
It's like New Age fans. Majority of the people, their introduction to League is through Worlds, and then it expands beyond that. But a lot of people get to stay only at Worlds.
Now, Top Esports, they can have
So
369
when they come in and only watch Worlds and they hear like
He's gonna go
people
back
say
to base.
Chovy is the
They
best,
did sacrifice
what are they
away,
saying?
And Doran will secure a plate,
Or like
but ultimately
Genji's
now,
best?
Jackie Love
Well, what's
and
happening
Arm
here?
can go and match up against
That's
the
my
bot
boy
lane
Faker
2
right
versus
there, you
2.
know.
Akali
That's
can
just like the
return to
normie
mid.
stance,
Just
you
a
know.
beautiful sequence of play there from Top Esports to allow them to secure an uncontested grubs.
Which I think is perfectly fine. The freaks are the ones that like do the rounds, you know. They do the rounds, say, I told you so. Those are the freaks. Those guys are the freaks.
Should have more impact on the side lane is going to be really, really nice. You can continue to keep up pressure through 369 as well in the Mordekaiser matchup. And Jackie Love is just going to.
You didn't need to. Mid experts, we already knew you were one of the freaks.
Involved in some of these lanes to start to get some advantages for their side laners to neutralize the potential 1-3-1.
It's the same like the Koi
I want to
fans.
see Top Esports invest a little bit of time towards that.
They want to discredit my whole career because Casey fired me after one split and then had the same results the split after and then changed the whole roster.
It looks like, yeah, he's more interested in the enemy jungle camps. He wants to take things away from Kanavi. He should be able to secure this Grom and walk away scot.
It just
we mentioned earlier
the thing is it kind of works both ways, you know, the contradiction, because the greatness of KT and BDD winning against Genji only works if Genji was supposed to be hard to defeat in the first place.
Pick up the Caulfield's Warhammer there for Owner. As you can see, he is still slightly ahead in terms of pace, at least with the jungle treats there, just 1 or 2 stacks ahead of Kanavi on the Wukong, who still does.
It adds to the story. That's flavor, you know, that's spice.
So just
is there no YouTube stream today? Oh, there is.
The Q over the W. Sometimes we see that
there is, mate.
between Oriana's, but given how low he is on
right
mana,
there.
having that extra Q damage really helps facilitate him, put that poke down onto the Akali in those shorter trades. He is very low on mana, though. This could be a window for Top Esports to try and force that dragon, but with the resets coming out from Kanavi, I don't expect that to actually come through. Components very close to completing that first item, and as I say that, Jackie Love will complete the Essence Reaver, TP back into mid, and now Top Esports will have control over the midway.
It's the same thing about BDD's story arc, you know? Like, I have been a BDD fan since 2018, you know? And I always felt bad that everyone, like people labeled him a choker, because he couldn't get it over the finish line, you know? Like, when he was playing big games, even in LCK, he kind of shrunk, you know? And then he had like some good teams, some bad teams, some good teams. And like even KT, right? It's like when people memed on him for picking KT, it's like he was ELO hell, bro. Like back then, like Keen was underperforming in the playoffs. Aiming was gig underperforming. Stinky aiming. I really don't like aiming. Boo.
To be able to endure so much of that hurt, be able to have much better, shorter.
I was like, BDD had to suffer and go through his own pain points and his own growth, you know. And then eventually, like the last 2 years, have been absolutely crazy. Yeah, Caps beat the shit out of BDD in 2020.
Faker, though, and he doesn't finish the Rod of Ages. Actually ends up buying a tier instead of trying to finish it off. So I think for T1, they're not really interested in going for this dragon right now. They're more than happy to let it scale. And I think with that crab take, Kanavi should have just ticked over towards his Triforce. So unless T1 can find a pick before this dragon happens, it looks like Top Esports should be able to come back onto the map and try and force the pick.
I guess it's like there's a form, because it is a little bit elitist to say, you know, how things should be viewed and enjoyed, because it is entertainment. But
Boris has to be careful, but he's pretty safe to push out that bot wave now.
In competition,
to take control over the bot side river. Fantastic vision
beauty is created
to start this objective off, and Top Esports
when two people dance, you know.
You can see piercing arrow, plenty of damage from that Varus here.
A Trinity Force on Wukong.
It is secured by Onerman T1 as Hong wants to step forward. Carry with a battle dance to disengage from the tether. Means that Top can't get any sort of
yeah, it's like Top Esports have an easier time with lane assignments, but Akali has no pro to build. I can see a world where Akali could solo kill and have damage to kill a Mordekaiser with Tabi.
Wolves on the way forward meant that they actually had a little bit more time to try and push through, so they move in towards mid, force JackeyLove to give up priority on that mid wave. They already had JackeyLove pushing in bot wave, so able to use that small window where Top Esports weren't on the map to their advantage.
Very much feels like the
would be hilarious if Genji signed like Owner and Carrier next year.
And I think that
if Chovy can't win Worlds with Keen, Owner, Carrier, and Ruler, then just honestly just switch the game. It is what it is.
Feel like the most comfortable, but Top Esports, they are the slower, more controlled LPL style of team. They like to play the map, and that's just kind of a given when you've got Kanavi
spotted by the plans.
Very methodical type.
Carry on Rakan is always so nice, bro, because he just has so much vision.
He's scaling up nicely on the Wukong now.
This is the world's Rakan Carrier. They just make sure the Faker can farm and stand on even waves. He buys Road of Ages, of course. This is a detail of Road of Ages that's very important. Is makes you much stronger on side, you know.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, as soon as you say it,
right, let's see it.
Going in after Faker, perfect execution coming through. Faker
Ruby. Tom Rubery keeps him alive. I like that I got that demonstration right off the bat. At least it's not a Cassicus.
Faker is going to have time to go back to the fountain, heal up, make a purchase, and then return to the top side river if T1 wants to
Tom Rubery.
Top Esports really wanted to try and force the play, but with carrying that top side, the exhaust went down onto Kanavi to prevent him from going in, and also then having the charm to prevent anyone from following.
Yeah, that would be fun. Reuniting Griffin into Worlds win. I don't know.
You also see the value of Rod of Ages into this matchup as well. That extra HP.
Bro, what a stacked roster that was. To believe that Kanavi was on the bench as well, bro. Kanavi, Doran on the bench.
Very important for Carrier to be in the area when that Orianna is playing into the Akali specifically. Hung working with JackeyLove as the heal. Oh, that's a chunk of damage.
There you go. There's the summoner spell forced out.
Nice. Buy Shorelia, use it, and just run around in two picture frames.
And right as Rift Herald spawns as well, so Owner immediately books it over towards the objective.
Yeah, the way detail of this game is like, even though Gold is slightly ahead for Top Esports, like T1 is just, their objective setup is just going to win them. Like, they're just going to collect every objective on the map, I feel like.
In the game go utterly uncontested. The Void Grubs earned by Top Esports because of their smart macro play, then T1 getting the Drake for free off the recall from Kanavi.
The Caps have a good year in LEC. A mixed bag.
Forcing Hong back and forcing that flash.
In the context of Caps, I do think that this was one of the weaker years for Caps. Razor, thank you very much for the gifted. Appreciate that.
They know that Faker, as long as Cream doesn't have his ultimate, can easily gain control over that wave. Also, the fact that they got that nice trade and Hung, as Dagda was saying, that is the go signal. That is your window of opportunity to force the objective.
Can people pick like Malphite into this style of teams? Like which style? You mean like Orianna Varus?
You try and go,
it's just Malphite is
like, hey, that's a Mordekaiser. That's just not going to end well. And you want to try and trade
his
on the top
kit
side,
is
but
just
Faker's
too
already pushed in, and you already have
old because all of his power budget is into the ult.
The waves and do nothing. They are looking for top
Faker, I feel like Faker knows, no?
Yeah, Faker gonna drop that shockwave to try to defend himself here. As Cream again.
Nice. Tom Rubery
as aggressively as possible on this Akali. Last time he had the ulti, he spent it on Faker.
Holy, Topis was really wanted.
Redemption coming in to try to keep Faker alive.
Holy. This is terrible for Top Esports. Faker stands tall, bro. Like a mountain. That's Mount Everest right there. You're trying to climb me, bro? Impossible. This is K6, bitch. I am the tip.
Setting their sights onto Faker, but he weathers the pressure well. T1 there to support him when he needs
this
it.
Just,
Doran now taking over the top
this is just exhibition 82.
Exactly, and he's
the items in League of Legends, Redemption and Road of Ages are stupid.
Steel caps at the very beginning, and it meant that he's actually been pretty far behind in terms of that first big item completion, and that's why 369 had all the control that he did in the head-to-head. Now Doran, with that first big item, feeling a lot stronger.
Yeah, the plan from Top Esports continuously has been attack the other.
Does it about Everest joke about Chovy?
They really want to get that flash out, but every time Faker's happy to trade the shockwave, and now coming in towards this next dragon, Faker still has that flash, which makes him not a target for this Kanavi and Cream combo, and it's just been that patience with him on the potential flash that has netted nothing for Top Esports.
Do you think KT have a chance against T1? Yeah, at this point. Who knows, bro? I think KT play very simple, but it works. I still can't believe Genji, they fell apart so hard. Let me show you guys something. This was one of the freakiest things ever. Genji vs KT Game 4. Take a look at this. This Game 4, I just want to show you guys Drake 2. Like, this is one of the most... So basically... I don't know why this is supporting. Oh shit. I'm refreshing.
And considering how slow they want to play
so this was one of the most... This was like the biggest signal, in my opinion, that Genji is like completely choking out of their mind, okay? Because you have Yorick, okay? You have Yorick, and Genji made a name for themselves. This is like the Genji Drake 2 trade, where they like soft contest, and like bait the enemy to waste time on the objective, and then they like could just collect so much gold on top side. That's like the Genji classic. And when I see a Yorick Mori with a heartbound axe at level 9, come here.
Really makes this fight difficult.
Yeah, Genji's done. You are playing KT's game. Imagine you are Ornn and you're like, I get the team fight at 10 minutes with Pryo? Are you kidding me?
If this was game 5, this would be very tense. But because we're in game 1, it feels like the tension
this was like...
But we are ultimately
this is like the biggest signal level that is just over. Like, look at the inventories of blue side. It's like, it just seemed as if Genji was like, oh, KT is just grouping on every Drake and they're winning. We need to do the same. That was like the conclusion or something. That's crazy, man. What do you think about Knight and Gala to AL next year? That would be nuts. I have no idea what's gonna happen to LPL. I can't help but feel that the LPL is completely just doomed. I don't know what you guys feel, but the GMing this year was complete ass, and then I don't know, we just have scandal after scandal coming out. Shanks is better. Why would they replace him with Knight? Oh. Ugh, that's so disgusting to read. So the crazy thing is, Shanks didn't even play well at this tournament. Like Shanks didn't even play good at this tournament. Like, Shanks was just a passenger, didn't do anything in my opinion. Isn't it also quality to remain calm in such situations as hard as this? Of course, it's like Worlds. It's like worst, like on paper, worst teams can win series, right? That can happen. But Worlds tests you in many different ways. It's like, it's the logistics, it's the grandeur of the situation, it's less practice, it's more stress, more pressure. You travel in between a lot. Like MSI is like same location for a month, you know? You don't move, you get custom things, you get to warm up, you get to chill, you get to like ease into things, and everyone kind of plays to their own level. You know, everyone kind of plays to their level at MSI. So it's like, if you're a purist and you're thinking about, oh, like, I want to see the highest level gameplay, MSI is usually, and most of the time, just a better tournament. Because that's how it is by design. While Worlds tests you on different metrics, you don't get time to get accustomed to things. You don't get a chance to ease into things, or you don't get anything like that at all, you know? All right, here we go, guys. Rock and roll, guys. Back in action. Back in action. Let's zoom in here a little bit. So T1 stacking the objectives. Akali on level 12. Let's see if there's going to be a fight. No fight at all. Top Esports. I don't know how Top Esports are planning to actually approach the objectives. Because right now we just have a situation. We just have a situation where, like, I'm worried that T1, it's exactly the same as the last time they played against each other in the BO5 back in 2024, where T1 was just better on Drakes, and then they won.
Okay, so Top Esports with a little bit of pressure for themselves.
As per your admission method didn't change with this Worlds. Yeah, I think there were so many signals that Genji, this was the best chance Genji has ever had. So many signals.
The only target you can really go for, right?
So many signals.
Sits in mid waves, shoots down the wave in one go, and is like, all right, well, you're not getting anywhere close to me. Doran is just able to get rid of all of the Avengers apart from one. So for Top Esports, it's really difficult to find plays anywhere on the map. And it's this slow burn now.
What should teams pick to not allow T1 zone off Drakes? No, it's just a question of like how you manage your base timers and how you manage your prios as well.
It needs to be
and like, for example, in this game, I think T1 does a very good job of like leveraging the range of Varus to be first in these spots, and then they just pull out the Drake, and it just seems like Top Esports is too nervous to pay the price of getting information.
But the 3 neutral objectives since then have gone the way of T1. They have the feat of monster slaying. We're still only 1 kill in 19.5 minutes into the game, so that feat not claimed by either side, but you do see some damage.
I have to say, this world so far, in my opinion,
also, after we have one of these big fights, it's probably first turret right after.
The funny thing to me is
like,
that we're only at 16 petals.
I think what's impressive about this here for Faker is that, bro, he's just fucking playing well every game. Bro, last year at Worlds, I thought there was a lot of mid laners that were just better than him, and then he clutched it out in the finals. Fair play, goated shit. I don't think any other mid laner would be able to pull that off. You know, fucking World Finals. That's goat shit. We know Faker has goat shit. But this Worlds, I think, honestly, Faker's teammates are not playing well. Like, Faker has been elo hell this Worlds. This is like 2017 Deluxe, you know?
If the Atacon is started up, you need to be a little careful. There's a nice ward, actually. Okay, that's a very big circle. In behind the blue buff of T1. And that is something that 369 can look to try and...
Because I think this one is a little bit different than the other ones.
TP now towards the mid lane.
All right, TP of Varus.
Exactly. They summoned up the Herald.
Okay, Top Esports, I think they're just gonna they're just mounting up to 2 items, and then they're gonna go all out on the fight.
That much damage, but they don't just want to give that away for free.
What do you think about Hexbait and Mordekaiser? I think the stats are good on Mordekaiser, so what else is there to say? I think move speed is super nice. The HP is really big. Like 450 health is ridiculous.
You saw 369 again winning out in that as he has Jack's show now fully completed. Still only
2017 was worse. You say so because you already have the story concluded. We don't have the story concluded yet.
That he is working towards. A nice item spike as Kareem goes in.
Here we go once more. Faker trying to protect himself from Kareem.
Kareem is just testing his damage. Faker is like, Tom Rubery, my friend. Tom Rubery.
But now TP could be used by Faker to try and get back in. Actually, Shockwave now used.
There it is, right on top of Keria, who comes in to reinforce the
Alright, Zinza with a W flash, forcing a Kali flash.
Flash forced from Kareem.
What is the job of Karma this game? To get ahead in lane and to press spells. But he went Shureli. I don't know. I like that. It's the third time Cream did this. He's trying, bro. It's gonna get worse now. Faker didn't do the Zeka. His Archangel ready.
T1 are controlling this Akali so well. They are giving such few opportunities, and Cream, I think his goal there was simply a chunk. Get a nice trade, make it easier for him to gain control, threaten that top side, but who's there first? It's Keria,
It's good on
Owner.
Karma.
The supporting staff of T1 are there to protect their GOAT of
No,
the
no,
mid
like,
lane,
it's truly, guys.
they put Cream
Yo, thank you for the $7, Kyber. I appreciate that.
Donated $10. Love you, heart and arrow.
Thank you. I love you too.
It's Doran versus Cream
Well,
in the bottom
I love
lane
money.
right now, but the important thing to make note of is
Well,
that Doran has his teleport
I don't love
available,
money, but I
and
love
Cream still does not
what
have
money
his.
can
The perfect
bring me.
execution is back on
That
the
is freedom,
scoreout.
and I love freedom.
Flash, obviously, still a long way away
Money
here
as a
as well.
construct.
Keria loses
I don't
Knavi.
love too much.
Burst from Knavi, but now Owner's ready to lead the charge here with a Crescent Guard. Knavi, Jackie Love, and Hong all backing away from this one as T1 gets the better side of the
Oh,
trade.
they have $10 soon. If I get $390, I can buy a Ruby Crystal.
On the other side, and now T1 want to secure the first tower of the game.
They're going to try to put enough damage into this, but again, they don't have any Void Grubs whatsoever, so they can't just force it down with a couple of autos.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. This is just a slow bleed.
That was really what they wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Break into this.
What is this really the play?
Yeah, T1 just going to go ahead and secure.
I don't know, Top Esports. I don't believe in the fact that you're going to have
another uncontested neutral objective.
I mean, immaculate control coming through from
I'm worried. I'm worried that there's not going to be a single objective.
369 will be left.
I'm so worried.
Hit away on this tower. So hey, a feat
I think Top Esports are just gonna lose 12 dragons.
We reached 3 kills because so far, 24 minutes in, we're at, I don't even know what the division is, but I'm telling you the kills per minute is awfully low.
It's not looking particularly hot.
Not great.
Yeah. Whoever got the pick for Knavi First Blood, though, at least some.
What a soft game. At least we have time to talk about narratives.
As T1,
I have to say, I think
it's just been these little pockets that they're playing off of. Keria getting nearly caught out there in that top side. But
yeah, Faker has been insanely impressive. This is like 2023. I think you could make the arguments that he was the weakest performer on this team. Obviously, he clutched it out against JDG, the Azure game, whatever, but I mean, like, overall at Worlds. Which is not like an insult, by the way. Like, you have to remember how good Keria was, Gumayushi, Zeus, Owner. Like, it's not an insult, you know? This year, I think you can easily say that Faker has been the best player on T1. That's what's crazy to me, in my opinion.
And all the while, I want to
Keria and Owner have had Owner, Gumayushi have had some of the worst games of their life at this Worlds.
Take over to level 16 on the Orianna as well, the highest level in the game.
But I think that's what makes them base.
To be the carry for T1 here in game 1. Unless Top Esports nope, they're not going to do anything about it right now.
Yeah, and it feels like this game is a bit of a metaphor for how.
All right, Top Esports was like, yeah, we have position. We're gonna force this Atakan. Come on now. All right. Nice. Zakilov just took balls to the face. He lost half HP. That's not good. All right. But I'm just worried that like Mordecai is gonna step in here and ult the Wukong. And then Kanawi is gonna steal it. I mean, Owner's gonna steal it, sorry. Doran steps in. He's the big stepper. He wants to ult Kanawi. That's the Wukong ult. Doran got it. Oh, he's beating the shit out of Kanawi. Mord is so good into Wukong, guys. Wow. What a nice lock in here from Doran and T1. GG. Yeah, this is... Bro, this series is gonna be an email, guys.
Cream's got some fancy acrobatics, but he's not getting anything. T1 out-team fight him, and they'll take the Otacon.
Knavi is given no position, no purchase, as Doran isolates him in the death
T1 is just suffocating them.
After taking out the jungler, taking out 369, T1 will turn their attention towards the Baron.
Bettius, you talked about the value of one fight, and this is the fight they won.
And it's because Doran just rips Kanavi out of existence that makes it so easy. That Engage is gone. Jackie Love and Hong can't actually get into the fight because they're zoned by Gumayushi and Faker, and now Faker has caught Cream.
Faker going in after this Akali that's been trying to put the pressure on him all game long.
Top esports. It's okay.
The one who loses his
the power
flash
of magic only works for
T1
Korean teams.
Played with great patience. They leveraged their range, and again, this pick from Mordekaiser doing very much as we expected.
Yeah, this karma build,
the question
yeah.
was, would he remove Kanavi or
Me too.
Cream? But that decision was made so simple for him the moment he saw that Wukong try to engage. And Flowers, you highlighted in the fight, to add insult
I really,
to injury, the second Kanavi comes out
really
of the
like
fight,
Mordekaiser into Wukong, bro. It's such a slam dunk. I really didn't like it personally. I didn't like the Kisanta looking on Fall Guys. This is very good at this champ, but let's be honest, bro. It's just like you invited Mordekaiser and you're playing Wukong. I'm not a fan.
Hong in some danger here, has to flash away. Carrier ready to go after him again with the quickness. Feet of Warfare finally claimed at 27 minutes by T1, and they are just barreling down the bottom lane. Gumayushi gonna get healed up by Redemption, but no.
Okay, Cream did his best, hit the E.
He dies in response.
Battleskill had to flash that. Okay. Faker's still alive. He's chilling. He's chilling. Archer just shoot.
Finishes Jackie, and only 3-6-9 is left. T1 again win the fight with 10 seconds left.
They're just getting wallet slapped. Giga wallet slapped.
Through the Hail Mary, and it was
Cream saving the game ain't saved, brother.
but intercepted at the last
Soul is spawning and they won the fight.
T1 with members on the map. That was the cure the Cloud Soul, although there's a little bit of a spot here.
Yeah, looks like
I don't know.
might have made a mistake stepping forward.
I think the cool thing about this game from T1 side, the classiness of it all, was to make sure that Faker always had vision. Faker always had vision. Faker always had vision, and he could just play side fully.
Tries to get away, and he outpaces the Claw to do so, but the entire time it was owner on the Drake. There's your MasterCard priceless moment. 29 minutes into the game, T1 got all 4 Drakes uncontested.
It got a little scary for T1 on the bot side of the map. It felt like that Jackie Love had really woken up in this game, but Kanavi once again isolated. Shockwave.
Shockwave from Faker to burst down the enemy jungler.
Easy, bro. It's a Tuesday. This is a Tuesday, bro. It's a Tuesday for T1. Are you kidding me?
Cream of the Wall wants something. They'll give him a burial. Gumayushi with the kill.
It's a damn Tuesday.
For T1. Everything Top Esports tried early was completely canceled, and T1 is showing
what a massacre, bro.
Plays now.
What a massacre.
Just trying to escape.
T1 was like, oh, Top Esports was here. And they just tore them in half with a chainsaw.
30 minutes in. Respawns are not even here.
But Top Esports are not playing the same game, bro. They're not playing the same game.
T1, it was a slow burn.
Top Esports is like, Top Esports is fighting against all the cosmic forces in the world.
And take game 1.
It's a buy one, get 3 free at the end as they marched in one by one, and Top Esports happy to take them to the slaughter.
What a game number 1, from 1 kill to game over in 6 minutes. Analysts, T1's looking fierce.
T1 saying one fight is all you get, and if you don't show up, we're gonna take your base, Maurits.
And I am used to LCK games, and now I'm
this is something that I've said too. I really like this. That Dom said this publicly or said it on Twitter. Like, I really didn't like that narrative that, at least in my mind, I don't like it when the fandom make players come across as weak, you know? So the weak, no. It's like Gumayushi took it on the chin, you know? That's why I didn't like the framing of Joe March as well. I really didn't like the framing of Joe March as well, where he said, you know what? I'm stepping in here and going over everybody's head and reinstating Gumayushi. Because even if, from a business side, right? Even if from a business side, you're like, we need to put in Gumayushi, bro. our sales are tanking, the fandom is going apart, we need to make money here. And Joe Marsh had that take, that would be fine. I would understand that completely, because that's probably where Joe Marsh comes from. But Joe Marsh at the time, he framed it in a way that he goes over the head of the coaches, which made the coaches look bad and also made Gumayushi look really, really bad. Because it was very, very easy to sell that. To be like, yo, Gumayushi now is ready to rejoin the main team. He has put in a lot of effort, and we're super excited to see how much better the team is going to be, you know? I think that's great, you know? It's also one of those things, it's like Faker as a player got benched many times to play Izuhun. And at the time when I was watching it, and a part of me still, I really, really disliked the notion, because we basically were robbed of T1. We were robbed of T1, basically Faker's prime games. Like, we could have had him play more and more games. And in my mind, he got robbed from that, you know? And I really didn't like that, because I just wanted to see more Faker games, plain and simple. Like, if you watch Faker from 2013 to 2017, the magic that we see at the World Championship when he clutches this out, bro, that was a daily occurrence back then, bro. Faker was an absolute freak of nature in terms of how much better he was than everybody, and ahead of the curve he was than everybody. Faker couldn't play Azir as well as Izuhun could. This is like very, very lazy. Very, very lazy. It's like Faker was good enough on Azir. Like it really wasn't a thing. What did Joe Marsh say? So Joe Marsh said, so basically there was a statement from T1 where they said that it's like, he basically said that it goes against the, he's going against the will of the coaches, and reinstated Gumayushi, taking like credit for the decision, you know? Which from a PR's perspective was just a nightmare, you know? And there's a reason now we don't hear too much about from Joe Marsh anymore, because...
Bro, that was exciting. Were you hyped?
That was deja vu, no? It was exactly the same as when they last time played in 2024. Yeah. It was like T1 was
oh, shit,
one
you
break.
retweeted this?
Yeah, yeah, I've had this take too. I don't know why people make players out to be such softies, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even he said, he's like, yeah, I mean, the GOAT got fucking benched. So, like,
Yeah.
when I got benched, I was like, if I'm actually good, then I need to fucking improve.
Bro, he benched Teddy to play. Like,
Yeah.
It's just par for course, you know? How do you react to hardships?
Yeah, I mean, he got like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the idea is like, and it just proved that the coaching staff was wrong. So wait, so if you bench somebody and they come back and they play better, then you were wrong as a coaching staff? Like, that's the way it works? He's like so ill.
Yeah.
But also, I've been fighting this Prime fight. I'm fighting the Prime debate.
Well, but they're talking about Faker's Prime?
Well, no, they're just talking about Primes in general. They're saying the Prime is the best that you have ever played. Therefore, like, Bjergsen's Prime is like 2022, 2023, because he was better in 2022 and 2023 than he was in 2015.
That doesn't make any sense. Bro, like are these people have never watched any sport in their life or anything. It's like, like, do you know Pele? Like Pele or Maradona?
Yeah.
It's like at the time they were like smurfing their face off, and the context is like how much better they were than everybody else, Pele specifically.
Yeah.
But bro, the freaks of nature that play football today, bro, like, what could
so
cook
they
them?
would say that like Prime Holland is better than like Prime Maradona. That's like the argument that people go for.
It's like it's even in chess.
Prime. What is his name? Christian Pulisic. This guy, this American guy, is better than Maradona and Pele. His prime is better.
Or like chess, for example. Chess is like the easiest one. The Magnus Carlsen, people say he's the GOAT. Some people say Kasparov.
Yeah.
But Carlsen was way better than Kasparov ever was.
Yeah.
But that's not like, or like, for example, there was Charles Murphy. He was fucking going around and he was smoking people. He was really, really ahead of his time. And he also gets thrown into like the GOAT conversation.
I'm gonna do the Thorin with this one. Like, I'm gonna then, because like now, like, we've made like the distinction, you know, like I've said, like, this is what, like, you know, Faker's prime was 2013 to 2017, and people say no, his prime is actually right now. As people get, it's the best that you've ever played. That's your prime, right? compared to like yourself.
Mm.
So what's gonna happen is Faker's gonna either retire or at some point, I assume he's a human being, he will just die, right? Like, and then I'm going to pass on to people that whoever the person is that plays after Faker, that's like the 10th best mid laner in LCK in like 2170 or some shit this year. That guy, his prime is better than Faker's prime. And like we're just gonna have this discussion. And every single time that a player wins Worlds, we'll be like, yeah, like if Chovy wins Worlds next year, I'll say, yeah, Chovy's prime is just better than Faker's prime. And we'll just keep on doing this, and then that will just be the discussion. And that's how we'll have conversations in the esports, because we just want to be like completely ill. So.
But who are the people that are saying this?
Like Nice tweeted this, and then
Nice, but he's goofball, dumbass.
Look at my Twitter, like. Look at the comment right under my the Faker one. SKT Faker clears. Click this. Yeah. Look at scroll down. First comment. Yeah, there. I don't think you know what prime means. It doesn't have anything to do with someone else's level compared to other players. It's the level compared to himself across his career. And Faker is definitely in his prime right now.
He doesn't know what prime means. What is he talking about?
You can so like, you know, I argued with him, and then I got down to the point where it's like I wasn't mad. I was just like, okay, so what word do you want to use to talk about? Yeah, like what I think I responded to myself. So somewhere I responded to something, or he responded to something there. But I just was like, what word do you want to use? And he's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, we just won't use words then. We won't use words. Let's make up new words, bro. We'll make up new words because we don't have
like this SKT Faker easily clears, by the way.
Of course.
Like easily, like it's not even close.
Yeah,
it's really not close.
Bro, this is just at Worlds, bro. Think about like what was happening in Faker's actual prime domestically, bro. This guy was dropping dick off daily to everyone. Like, this was insane. Everyone was getting dick down on the daily. MSI, like, bro, this guy was fucking dicking everyone in this prime. It is what it is, though.
It is what it is. You two are illegit. No, what are we talking about? It's like you have to contextualize it to the game that they're playing. It's like you have to. It's a game that changes. It's a game that changes. It's very, very different. Like you always have to. You got any more Bundaberg? Honestly, I forgot to buy it today. Prime needs to be contextualized to the moment in time and the competition. I don't know why Teddy said we're both ill. It's just that it's like, no, but by that logic, right? When Faker retires and we have some random goofball 2 seasons later being able to play like his champions better, that like it doesn't mean anything, you know? It doesn't mean anything in comparison to Faker. Wasn't the game easier back then? What do you mean? That's like the best example is just chess, you know? The best example to compare it is just chess, you know? The best example is to just compare it to chess, you know? You compare it to chess. It's like in chess, currently, like if I pull up the chess FIDE rankings, okay? Let's just pull up the FIDE rankings, okay? Like we have Vincent Keimer, for example, he's top 4. Chess is not really fair. No, it is fair. Like it's perfectly fair. It's like if you know the expectation of the pressure and the expectation of players in terms of what they needed to add to their skill set. For example, I think Magnus Carlsen is the GOAT of chess because of his longevity, right? And who he beat along the way, and, you know, his body of work is absolutely insane. But him being the best player currently to have ever played is still needs to be contextualized to everything else. Because past multi-world champions, like, let's say, Kasparov or Kramnik, right? Or let's say someone like Bobby Fischer, it's like you always look at the competition. It's like when it comes to the chess world, chess also was advancing. It was also advancing. Bro, like now it's an era of if you don't know engine lines, if you don't study engine lines, what are we talking about? Do you think they like studied engine lines like 40 years ago? No, bro, like there was no engines. People were just doing studying, and they were sitting there and chilling, you know? It's like chess as a game has evolved super much. Imagine chess is a game without patches. You know? It's a game without patches. And it's still also evolved. And we are still pulling the context of what of the thing, you know? That to me is super important.
Next weekend, KT Rolster is already waiting, and either T1 or Top Esports will earn the right to meet them there. Game number 1 was slow for a very.
It's the same. It's like you can say chess too. I'm sure it's like. It's like the science evolves, nutrition evolves, everything evolves. People things get more popularized, and then you have like, you know. I guess the same. Like if we could teleport, if you could teleport, right? If you could teleport current Faker into 2013, then probably it would dick down people even harder. But that has nothing to do with it, you know? Because it's like obviously how good you play and all that is the context is in relationship to what the game is. I can even give you guys an example. Bro, there's Warcraft 3 players currently. Warcraft 3 players, okay? They're just playing on ladder. Most random players that just keep they enjoy Warcraft 3. You would never heard of them. They could dick down the Warcraft 3 goats. Just because like there's still people that just kept playing, you know?
I think that's probably where they're going to be eyeing up once again. It means that Top Esports can't immediately go for this Kiana pick off the back.
All right, Talia, Bard, Poppy banned out by Top. T1 getting rid of Azir, Yone, and Yunara means that rise that you mentioned, Vedius, that 84% win rate for Cream is available, but also
Kasparov knew nothing about anal beads. Yeah. If he did though. Alright. I think his Sion is open, guys. They're getting Sionara'd. I don't like the Kiana first peak when the enemy can slam Sion for free then. Alright, the pivot.
Makes a lot more sense to me. Like there are certain things you're not allowed to do, and giving Faker rise is
guys, if I teleported back into if I teleported to 2013 with my current skill set, I would be like the top lane GOAT. Are you kidding me? It's like, but that is meaningless. You know, that is meaningless.
Nico, another big support pick that also T1 is looking to eye up.
Yeah, I think they end up taking, probably as you're saying, the Eddie Carey pick here and leaving Owner for 3, just because if that Kiana comes...
What you are saying has nothing to do with Prime. It has everything to do with Prime, you dumbass.
I personally think
everything to do with it.
With the way the meta has shifted, so I imagine it'd just be something like the Corki or at least a strong Eddie Carey and leaving that pick till later.
I mean, you talk about how the Pantheon was a good response into the Kiana, but overall at Worlds so far this year, Pantheon has not been a super successal pick. And it looks like
right, we got Nico.
You want to say that Cream's Rise is a pick to be feared? I feel like Faker Galio is a pick that's got more than a little bit of a reputation.
I like the Rise into Galio, but the main question is, what kind of a jungler will Owner find on 3?
So the fact that you're kind of cornering 3.
We're just gonna play Jarvan, Owner Jarvan.
Go towards that rumble because we can always shift the Galio top. We have a bunch of picks that can still go in towards this Rise in the mid lane, and it means that now, as we get to see Top Esports,
the issue is probably in how people define Prime to themselves.
do have to imagine.
No, it's like it's the context of your level of play towards the competition. That's it.
And I was just about to say lock and Besser in for
That's it. It's not a fucking physical game. Like, it's not fucking UFC. But it's not. And Besser? Alright, let's see now. What do T1 do here? Do they match jungle or pick Renekton? I kinda like Renekton.
Top Esports, take it away.
It does mean, though, you have an option to take something like the Renekton here for Doran on this next rotation and then match. It does mean jungle pool is probably going to be pinched quite substantially. More than
It's like the people, the final thing on the whole Prime discussion. It's like, so 95% of the player base, wow. I remember Doran Camille, guys. You remember he stole Atakan and shit? He carried games against Zeus. Doran Camille, kind of a Chad pick. I like it.
Hextech Ultimatum, Hero's Entrance. That is one of the all-time wombo combos, and it's so obnoxious to play against.
It also means that
No, guys. Then let's give in to this dumbass notion that your best level of play, irregardless of context. So it's like everyone is in their prime currently. Everyone of these players are in their prime. Everyone. Everyone's in their prime. They kept playing. The game evolved. People got better. Everyone's in their prime. We're all in our prime. Everyone's in their prime, guys. Everyone's in their prime. BDD in his prime, Chovy in his prime, everyone's in their prime. Everyone's in their prime, guys. That's some dumbass shit. Fucking prime energy drink. Twitch prime.
Another great engaged champion that Top Esports could consider looking to remove.
That's what you're saying. No, that's what you guys are saying. People that are saying that Faker is in his prime right now. That's crazy, bro.
Caitlyn going to be the ban away instead. Caitlyn Nico can be a very oppressive bottom lane 2v2, so they want to remove the possibility there.
I think you're still happy to go with something.
Captain in his prime. No one's saying Faker in his prime. There are people that are saying it, man. That's the whole issue. Don't you just go Jarvan instead of Pantheon? Thank God. Oh. Whoa. Guma Yusuf. You can have two primes. It's kind of an oxymoron, no? Like, what do you mean you can have two primes?
Starting off 0 and 8 early on, back in the very first ages of Swiss. So now we'll see, does he go to a winning score after this one? As on the Top Esports side, we still need to see support. We still
Trondu, here the Trondu. Lightning, the Trondu.
I'm considering a Braum if you want something a little bit more defensive, but I think against Nico that is very difficult. Leona would provide them with a little bit more engaged.
How can't you love T1 fanboys? I think it's just like...
Now, the Nami was something we saw
damn. Alright, CFO special. Alright, Top Esports were like, yo, we need more range. The Varus was fucking up our whole life. Let's poke back. I like it. I like it.
I was actually expecting maybe a Renata to come through for that hostile takeover and the bailout to keep someone safe. But on the upside, Gumayushi going to fall back towards the Kai'Sa here. It works so well with the rest of the composition. And even the fact that you have the Nico helps to enable you a certain extent in that.
It's the same. It's like Rookie's prime is 2018. Like, that's very simple. Because that's the moment in time where he was so much better than everybody else in the competition, right? Alright, but let's focus in. I'm talking way too much smack. Gumayushi locked in Kai'Sa. Bro, you know what Gumayushi should do? You know what Gumayushi should do? He should pick Kai'Sa as world skin. Like, Gumayushi just lock in the Kai'Sa world skin and just like do this.
Redemption on the champion, and now T1 fans have
and then it's like, I want your recall animation to be this.
Especially in these tense environments. Dive is the name of the game for
recall
T1.
animation.
If game 1 was slow and controlled, game 2 is about ruthless and lethal aggression. As they set their sights on the carry of Top Esports, they will have to try and survive the backline.
I think he wants a Caitlyn skin. I wasn't serious. It's only.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Betty, as I do believe that was also the game against Hope, where Hope was piloting this very Corki, and there at one point was over a 6,000 individual gold difference between those marksman players.
Absolutely. And we'll see if he can look to have a very similar performance.
So I'm not focusing so much on the series because Top Esports, you gotta win me over here.
They're gonna have to show us a lot more in game 2 to show us that they can go toe-to-toe.
I think Gumayushi should pick Sky as a skin.
We're on to the riff for game number 2 in this best of 5. Remember, log into your Riot account right now on lawlesports.com and watch Worlds Live to earn some exclusive Worlds emotes, icons, capsules, all kinds of cool stuff. But for Top Esports, the only thing they want to earn is a tied series. After an underwhelming first game, it's T1 who are feeling in control coming into this second one. Both of our supports this time, no Summoner's spell books. Gentlemen, it's about the lane.
Their goal in game 1 was to put pressure onto Faker, and he survived that pressure very comfortably. This time around, Top Esports, they do have some side lane threat, they have some good collapses, but ultimately, like, I'm curious as to how they're going to navigate their way through the early game, because I think, like, mid lane is not an easy lane to play for. That Camille is probably your easiest avenue of attack, but you've also drafted yourself a Corki Nami lane that I imagine you want to try and invest some resources into, given that you are running a more of an aggressive bot lane duo. And you can already see Hung and Jackie Love posturing far up in the bottom lane, looking for an early trade.
Yeah, I think
all right, let's go.
The way you want to try and play this bottom lane is to use the
Gumayushi is using IG Kaiser. It's kind of disrespectful, no? Or is it respectful? I guess it can be both.
Flash, you have the pillar for after, and that's the way you're going to look to try and chase down this bottom side of the map. If T1 are able to alleviate a lot of that pressure by having Jarvan match or making sure that you're able to keep some of these early summoner spells, which are already double burned.
No, Uzi got the adds a vein. This is Jacula, bro.
T1 can try and keep themselves safe.
This is the Jackie Love Chroma, no? Why am I crazy? Am I wrong? Has the fanbase ever been so obnoxious that you can't support the team and the player? No, I think that would be irrational.
Faker's story, as he really just survived the pressure. Jackie Love, though, looking to make game 2 about him.
Guys, this is IG Kaiser Chroma. 10-year anniversary. IG, bro.
But he does get the flash out
like, I'm talking about the anniversary chromas that they gave. Like, for example, EDG Yumi, Vayne. That was the thing, guys.
You can see it there going, where the hell's the Jarvan? So Top Esports back away in the bottom side. They know something's up.
Brush.
Okay, Owner still hanging around for now. Kanavi, though, has secured his red buff. Jarvan does not win against Trundle in those 1v1s, so Owner's going to walk away.
Great understanding
look,
from Top Esports.
This is IG Kaiser 10-year anniversary chroma.
You can see they had a war that just died on the Raptors on the top side. Owner never showed. So know that
no, it's a long time ago.
And now it's kind of a reverse of game 1, where it was Top Esports to go for the invade and start to fall a little bit behind on tempo when it comes to the jungle. And now it's actually Kanavi who has that.
Guys, it's LPL 10-year anniversary. This shit is old, guys. This was like 2022. That's China only, no. No, guys. Jesus, you could need to all get 600 seconds. Like, why did? Where is this arrogance coming from? You guys don't know shit.
Yeah, there's so much vision on this bottom side. Oh, he flashed over the wall. Kanavi flashed over to avoid the vision and is now going to come in onto the bot lane.
This could be a big payoff.
Here comes Kanawi.
Gumayushi and Keria backing away, though. So Kanavi, despite trying
2018 is 10 years? No, they did a full, complete LPL 10-year anniversary. Because LPL as a league started like 2013. Before it had a different name.
I think Jackie Love and Hong just gave the play away as they tried to move up, set up for the corresponding gank.
Kanavi is so desperate, bro. He's so desperate. Yeah, bro, Kanavi just wants some reprieve. I don't know. He's so damn desperate. Flashing over walls, trying to find gank angles. It's just 3-0, guys. Like, let's be honest.
You see they've already swapped their lanes now as well, but Gumayushi move up to the top side. The intro not quite there. Doran trying to get
Doran did the combo with W.
To give him that extended hook shot. But now, again, it just already we're seeing how much pressure
It's like 7-1 Brazil on Rise.
They couldn't really find much in the last one, but so many players
I don't
already
know.
invested into that bot lane.
It's weird. It's like, you know, the whole world is like, yo, there's something magical, there's something cosmic about Worlds. KT can beat JNG, T1 always win, doesn't matter how they look. Top Esports. Even though we've seen crazier things happen at Worlds, everyone's like, nah. Nah.
Yeah, it should
No
be
way.
enough as this wave ends up crashing through and top esports end up matching on this top
Nah.
map. But already you can see the
Nah.
game plan from T1 is we want to avoid
Impossible.
this matchup. It is so difficult to play against Scream. Gets the lockdown, can have in the area, but they don't want to go for it. Again, like, Jackie Love and Hong should be able to punish in this matchup. So as long as Gumayush and Kerry are
He's so desperate. Look at him. He's like, bro, he's solving fucking, bro. If Kanavi put his brain power into solving like some equations that haven't been solved, like the three-body problem or some shit, he would solve it. But trying to get a gank off and get a kill, bro, that shit is harder. Bro, put in some crazy theorems.
I just love that.
Well, Kanavi is so desperate.
Job of reading their enemy junglers' movements.
I feel bad for bro.
Very difficult for both Ona and Kanavi to find early ganks.
What's TS win condition? Now in this game, I think the danger for the comp is I don't know. Red side have such a good hard engage. I don't know how they're gonna survive that ever. I just don't see how on earth do they survive Galio, Camille, Jarvan, Kaiser, Nico. I feel like their comp is too soft, you know? But their hope is that they survive the initial engage and then they go. Trundle showing on Drake, Owner 6. Faker as well. Hong has no Tom Rubery. Here comes Owner, cutting them off with Fnatic Jarvan. Here comes Galio. Cream tries to come over to ult. Here comes Cream. Hong flashes absolutely nothing. You fool, yeah.
And it's 2-0 T1.
Clean execution from T1
Hey,
as they shut down the bottom lane. No room
Yeah.
for escape whatsoever. Kanavi spotted that entire time on the Dragon, makes the play look.
I think Top East was going to have like a grand total of like 5 kills in the whole series.
Try and get up there as well, try and follow Faker, but was just that little bit too far behind. T1 having a masterclass in these early games of tracking the enemy jungler and making sure they just cannot do anything. You can see here as we get in towards
Look how bad Hong's flashes. He doesn't flash Jarvan ult damage. He just like flashes to give the kill to Faker. That's all he did here. Look at that.
They try and escape, but there's so much damage in the early stages.
Ain't no way.
The tanking is spectacular, and there's nothing Top Esports can do to cover.
There's nothing Top Esports can do, period.
By T1 as they take an early lead.
You think Faker with the tie if he wins again? Bro, Faker is never leaving. Bro, League of Legends is so lucky that Faker is absolutely addicted out of his mind, bro.
Given the composition that T1
I think he's going to turn his wrists into fucking powder before he retires.
Especially as we get closer to these big fights that we're expecting. T1's composition all very much wants to do the same thing, and I feel like the Top Esports are kind of forced to just hit the target that's in front of them, but there will be many targets in front of them, and they will be coming from every which way, especially with a Camille and a Kaiser at their back looking to navigate their way through.
I think Faker will retire when Joby retires. Faker's just gonna, he's just like looking at him. It's like Sergeant Doak's face, just like.
And now, once more, it's going to be Top Esports claiming all 3 grubs.
He's just looking at him.
In game number 1. So the kills and the gold.
Is T1 paying him good? Yeah, of course, bro.
Top Esports keeping themselves
Are you
relevant.
kidding me, bro?
Control over objectives.
Yeah, I mean,
Faker's rich as fuck, bro. My man is stacking money. Deserved, bro. He's fucking carrying an whole esports.
Cream gets cataclysmed, forced to flash immediately. Does not want to lose any extra health on that one. There's no way you don't die if you stay inside that terrain. So Cream now vulnerable on the rise.
You know, Flowers as a Skarner main.
Is there any reason to keep watching the series? Asks Biggie was fat one. Faker exam for military service, yes.
It's the flash tax
Yes.
when playing against the Jarvan.
That's expensive tax.
Oh, it certainly is, and that's why he is so successful in the latter half of the World Championship. It's
Guys,
so easy for him to walk into a lane, throw
They
that
literally
ultimate
have
down.
Saudi Arabia as their named sponsor. Faker. Faker has no flash. Faker has no flash.
Now Faker's trying to get away here on the Galio, shielded Duran for a little bit of extra durability.
Wow.
Gets his shot.
Faker wasn't ready, but
okay. Not too bad, not too bad. 369.
Wants to get attempt onto Doran, who uses the Hex Tech ultimate.
Keiria's here, Javan is here, Kaiser's here. That's a combo from Keiria. It's a Rise ultimate. Keiria needs to flash out the 3v4 here. Alright, Top Esports, maybe they start playing. Come on now. Give us a series, give us a series.
Signs of life from Top
Thing is,
Esports.
guys, T1, I wonder how much money do you guys think this Blizz to have like Red Sea, whatever?
They're at a numbers disadvantage by backing away
Like
from
the main sponsor is Saudi Arabia, bro. Like how much money do you think they're making? Bro, they put Faker's face on all the ads, all of the ads for this Korean crypto website.
So nice job by Top Esports to find something back.
This crypto website, the LCK, bro, I see Faker's face on everything in Korea, by the way. He's on onigiris, he's on ramen noodles, he's on gimbaps, he's on billboards. He's everywhere, man.
Ahead of that dragon spawn. I wonder if Top Esports will look for a fight, but I mean, it's a bit of a creative way to find a pick, because I expected things like the Rise ultimate, as we saw being used towards the bot side of the map. That's the way in which I envision Top Esports finding picks on the map, creating that sudden numbers advantage that T1 can't necessarily respond to, especially when the Galio is so far away. And
I love to suck on Faker's kimbap.
As long as Faker is sitting on the top side of the map, he can't really impact the bot side with his ultimate.
Me and Dom always say, should we go and buy some of Faker's meat? Alright, let's go buy some Faker's meat. Let's eat Faker's meat.
Dragon now in 35 seconds. I am curious what this potential fight is going to look like as well, because you've got no flash on Keiria, which is so crucial for finding these big pop blossoms, but also how much value.
Bro, I don't know. They don't have a deal anymore, but in the past, Faker had ice cream, super cone.
So you're not really
that shit went hard, bro.
Even if he ends up jumping on towards Gumayushi just ults to the other side of the fight. And
me and Dom eat Faker's meat on the daily. It's really good. Those onigiris are the best, because it's fried chicken mayo, bro. That's like the best flavor ever. Kanavi's level 7, no Trinity post, bro, at 12 minutes, bro. Kanavi has been doing ganks and dragons. At least Tobias got one Drake, you know? Good for them.
As we continue to see 369 coming out on top. Trinity Force completed for Jackie Love. Means a massive point of power.
Here we go again. Drake setups.
But it doesn't look like he's arriving to Drake here in time just yet. Keiria wants to get away. Nice use of the pillar there. Takes
Alright, Owner has to flash. Hung with the ew.
Not gonna get anything back there from Hong. He misses that as Gumayushi now has to flash away.
Jackie! Whoa, Jackie! What are you doing?
Killed in response. It's Fetal Warfare claimed by T1, but Doran's got to try to continue getting away. 369.
I don't know. Top Esports are so desperate, no? Are we crazy? Oh, damn! All right.
Damn, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
At the very edge of the fight.
Lila. The first Lila of the series.
Jackie Love drives the
Damn.
fight forward as he flashes into range of
First
T1,
Lila of the
but
series.
That gave Top Esports the confidence to chase down the escaping T1 members. 369 finds another kill, equalizes the kill score as T1 walks away with the Dragon.
Sometimes Jackie.
Do you guys think Holmes says that in the speech out of the game?
Exactly
So he didn't fight at all. You're Chinese. You too, Kanawi. Today you are.
Yeah, he wants
all right, 369 gets combination in the nation. Owner tanks the tower, but it's all cool.
Vengeance for Gumayushi as
Rise hitting both tower with 3 grubs.
But the entire time,
it isn't the worst. It isn't the worst.
The opportunity to put these void grubs
it isn't the worst.
They just keep going for these picks, and here Keiria steps too far forward, hoping that he can get that pop blossom. But the
that Hong combo
means that everyone on T1 has to run away.
Hong.
And Jackie Love, knowing that he's got his chance here.
Did he get first tower, Top Esports? They're actually getting shoe upgrade.
To come in, but this entire time, 369 is trying to walk up from this bottom side of the map, and eventually spots out 369 and manages to, flashes onto
I don't know, Ambessa are so unbelievably broken, no? Like, isn't this champion just insane in the membrane every damn game? Who gets? Doran gets a tower.
He will secure the first tower.
First tower, even when the enemy has grubs.
There it is, yup, exactly right before the
T1 first tower and boots upgrades.
Potential doom on the T1 side.
She's just in her prime.
Impressed when a team that loses all 3 Void Grubs still manages to secure the first turret of the game for themselves. This is a
Did you retire from firing bullets? Yeah.
Feats of strength versus the 28 minutes from last game.
Wait, why is Guma dead? Wait, what the hell? Guma died.
And here's the hero's entrance. Jackie Love.
Okay, the revenge of T1. Oh, the bubble is kind of nice. Owner's deep, no flash. Faker provides cover fire. Cream.
Sweep for a little bit more HP. T1's not done yet.
Now we have flash. Investigates top tower. Topis was actually playing. Hey, Topis was actually playing. What happened to Gumushi Kaiser though?
Top side on the T1 side, thanks to 369. Faker with the Justice Punch away from the Nami bubble.
They just walk Jackie Love down. They overextend trying to look for the tower, but Doran doesn't end up, or just moves down towards mid. As we get to see here, just Jackie Love. Oh my god, that damage on the Gumushi
What the fuck?
was insane.
That was crazy. So Jackie Love gets a kill in the mid lane.
Lucian Nami, step aside.
Look to punish. And I mean, you're seeing the combo
That was
right
fucking
here.
dry.
There is no room for remorse as Jackie Love is instantly shut down. Top Esports tried to get something back, but there's little available for them. We have to go back to live because the Herald is going to be secured, and the pace of this game is very different from game 1.
Okay, bro, I'm just happy to see Top Esports are playing. They look so soft in game 1, I thought it's over, bro. I like it. Thank you very much, Spyfox, for the tier 1. I appreciate that. Let's tune in here. I think Jackie Love on 2 items could be a very big deal. I don't know if you should use Herald like this. Jackie Love has to drive it, right? He just has to drive it. Look at him. Look at his cycle. He has to drive it. Let's just risk it, adding risk for no reason.
A second charge. No, it will not. In a game number 1, where Top Esports secured 3 grubs into every single other neutral objective going T1's way, almost entirely uncontested, it's Top Esports that are now tied in Drakes here in the second game, but have secured the Herald. They've secured the grubs.
All right, I just need to see Top Esports. Can you actually do a Drake setup? Do you have it in you? Do you have it in you to actually have a decent setup? I know people like to hate on Cream, but Cream has had a good tournament. To be honest, like Cream has had a good tournament. Like Cream has been quite good, I think.
Gets closer to those like 3 completed items, she's always going to be that late game threat. But in these 2-item mark, I do feel that if Top Esports can survive that initial burst,
Top Esports just had a shit draw. Let's be honest.
There are definitely ways for them to turn the fights in their favor.
He got fisted by BDD, but it turns out KT is the GOAT.
Items that have to stack in League of Legends are naturally going to have a pretty high power point once they're fully stacked, and you've got Rise and Corki on the side of Top Esports.
All right, holy shit, Top Esports! They're in River first! Okay, I'm worried about this flank TP though that Camille is about to drop. Let's see the T1 engage. Are they gonna find the combo? There's a TP. They're swarming. Top Esports, you're getting flanked from every angle. Gumushi's position is kind of awkward though. Doran the Moran! Snap onto Jackie Love! Boom, bucklarted! They're trying to fight back, Now he even loses the Drake. That T1's comp is so strong, no?
So it's objective over to T1. They steal
the team fight is so strong. Doran finds an E flash, delivers the Galio, and then Owner even gets a Drake, bro.
Every single time. And once that's done,
it's like,
Esports have to run for the hills. There's nowhere
guys, to be honest, I think it's just comp gap, no? Like, look at blue side comp. Like, how do they survive engages?
Instant deletion at the start of the
Are we fucking gonna buy Hourglass on Koki?
And hopefully we get the replay because you'll see how difficult it is for Jackie.
I just think, looking at this, what can Top Esports realistically do? Like, Jackie Love will always die if they throw shit like this on him. I just think Top Esports draft is just worse, no?
And this feels like a classic T1 fight where they surround you on all sides and they just slowly encroach and make your life miserable. T1, a well-oiled machine on that play, and once again we started to see light from Top Esports, but it's T1 who are starting to pull away with the game.
Right, like T1's comp is just OP, I think.
When the battle lines are every single direction.
Koki should not be frontline, he's just out of position. I don't know. We have this going on in the chat.
Towards the Muramana, it doesn't matter how farmed you are if you're dead at the very
Guys, they're playing Koki, Ryze, Ambassador. Their comp is really soft against hard engage, you know? Really soft.
And also in the rest of these fights,
is the T1 comp also easy to play?
Of, well, you know, Jackie Love can die because we have other carries, right? Trundle can deal some damage and
Koki should save package for Drake fights.
But realistically, when you're playing so many short-range carries into things like Faker's Taunt, into Carrier,
bro was saying that Koki was out of position when he gets E-flash by Camille into R of Galio, into Kaiser R with Nico flash R. It's not about the comp at this point. Of course it's about comp. What are you talking about? It wasn't about comp before because we all thought the top east was just soft. But T1's draft is insane.
Back to dead even. 20 minutes on the clock, and Otacon makes his way onto the rift with Top Esports having control of the
before we didn't talk about it too much because like we just didn't expect top esports to play at all, but it's like getting access with Camille Galio, Nico, Jav and Kaiser is very easy.
Yeah, Owner is wrapped all the way around on top of a control ward. So he
knows Jackie Love needs package, agreed.
Still trying to be careful about this.
Look at Owner's position, bro.
Also approaching towards this Otacon.
Nah, they're encroaching them.
Starting to lose some patience.
The only hope for top esports is that they win the fight with Nami poke. Koki Nami ahead of a fight. It's kind of nice that they have the turret here.
Top Esports knows something is up. They cannot find Owner, and they know that's an issue.
Oh, Jackie Love.
They wanted the public execution. They can't get
oh, bomba clotted. Such good distance control there from Carrier. Such good distance control. Alright.
But he dies to the Cataclysm. Cream locked up by Faker.
Gumayusuf.
Justice punch to the jaw.
Triple kill.
Gumayushi knocks him out. Triple kill for the Kaiser.
Nice. I put Kaiser as highest kill champ at Worlds. Never did I think that Gumayushi is gonna be carrying my crystal ball pick.
Desperately to catch anyone on the side of T1, but once that misses, the Carrier finds the play. The ulti connects onto 3, but then
very nice Carrier ult.
He trades his life to take out the AD carry, and then it's cleanup for
T1. It's like honestly, Top Esports played this game. I have to say, they played this game. But then they had to face the music that their draft was just worse.
Another World Finals for themselves.
And then it's like T1's skill here to find the engages and always having someone on the flank is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like Owner's position there was beautiful. Doran's TP before was beautiful.
Up 3,000 gold, 25 petals.
T1 is playing these engages fucking amazing.
The gold difference is just the blood of Top Esports being poured off the side of the grass.
His draft was in Genji game 4 is the question.
Wants to go after this.
Goodbye, Cream. Maybe this is your best chance, Top Esports. You're fighting against champions that are not like together. Maybe this is the best chance for Top Esports. Never mind. Here comes the plane. Here comes the plane. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Gumayushi on Kaiser.
And they get the double kill because of it.
They can run, they can hide, but Top Esports cannot escape the nightmare that is T1. It was a 2 versus 1 that turned into a 4 versus 2 as Faker's Onyas.
Faker walks right towards the brush, but he's got the reaction time.
Oh, yeah, look at the TP. Here comes Doran the Moran. He's old. He found a fish. Carrier is like, surprise, motherfuckers. All rise, motherfuckers. Back to back to back, motherfuckers.
Kanavi is alive to tell the tale, and T1's got a 5,000 gold lead.
Images of 2023 and Faker on this Galio must be in the heads of 369 and Kanavi because they attacked
at least, you know, the 2 Kaiser drafts that they played were like 2 perfect Kaiser drafts. I'm going to be honest.
T1 look like they're about to take over once again.
Faker face checks, but the reaction speed, I mean, is still exquisite. Carrier leveraging the clones.
I haven't checked, but is Dom non-verbal yet? I don't know. People have the strangest opinion about what Dom thinks.
Jackie Love, similar to what we've seen in
like,
this entire
like Dom rates a T1 as the second best team coming into the tournament.
And
being one of the only one to be able to win if Genji doesn't do it. Like what do people think Dom's opinion is?
Domination from T1. Anyone's Legend pushed them to the brink, but Top Esports have yet to find any.
It's still most hated team.
And the question starts to become.
But do people even know what T1's fans did to them? Like, people don't know the history, bro.
Dagda, because Betty, as you mentioned, back at the
it's Dom's story to share. JackeyLove tried his best. Maybe they can find Gumayusi though. That's Q2. Gumayusi falls. Cream is moving. Cream is moving. Trying to do damage. This doesn't, honestly, maybe best chance for Top Esports. He's trying to save Hung. Hung doesn't get teleported. CZ's too much. Cream is tanky, but not enough. He needs maybe 4 more Road of Ages. Yo, what's happening? What am I lagging?
But it cost them everything.
That killer instinct from Gumayusi.
But you don't have to hate T1 as a team forever because of it. What do you mean? He doesn't. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Dom has nothing against the team.
Simply magnificent.
There's been like moments where he didn't like what the players said when they like blamed Ping for the losing MSI and shit like this, which is just like being a sore loser. But he has the issue with the fan base.
As Guma lives to the very end to dish out as much.
Is that supposed to be a third consecutive world for T1? Bro, it's happening in front of you, bro.
Gumayusi's Kaisa kind of need to go to the wayside. This man is performing like an absolute hero for T1 in this.
And before the fight started, that's what I wanted to say. In the series against Anyone's Legend, his Kaisa had a 6,000 individual gold lead and just did circles.
That Kaisa, bro, how could people even think he was bad on it? What do you mean? Guys, like, Gumayusi, it's fearless. Gumayusi's Kaisa is fine. But why are we rewriting history? Like, Gumayusi was trash at this champion for the longest time in comparison to other champs. Like, there's a standard we hold Gumayusi to. Like, when we talk about Gumayusi, we're comparing to the best of the best, guys. And the best of the best do crazy shit on Kaisa. He's the only one without a crazy highlight reel. And that's okay. But Gumayusi is fantastic on everything else, you know?
He knows that they will not turn this game around idly by.
Over the wall, immediately goes into the cataclysm. JackeyLove under pressure as Gumayusi pops the Seeker's
Why do people insist on rewriting history? Easy for T1. Fucking vicious, man. But this is 26 minutes, bro. Jesus. I feel bad for Top Esports because this game they actually played a little bit. They actually play a little bit.
Game number 2 will end even more quickly.
They actually played a little bit. But then T1 was like, yo, our draft is crazy engaged. Let's just break JackeyLove's neck. Doran the Moran. Of course he needs to die like that.
T1, match point.
Simply exceptional.
Look, guys, for all the like for Bingo Bongo and Troll them, you guys are my favorite T1 Delulus. You know, Gumayusi is an AD that we hold to the standard of the best ADs in the world. So when we say that Gumayusi is not good on Kaisa, then the entirety of the year, right? The entirety of the year, historically, his champion was something that he struggled on. That's the truth. Why do you have to rewrite history? Even in this moment, Gumayusi has gotten a lot better on this champ, and it's a very important thing in Fearless. Very important thing in Fearless to be able to pick Kaisa when it's really good to do so. Doesn't mean you have to play perfect, right? It just means that you need to be willing to pick it in spots like these, or again in the last series against AL. Those are moments we really needed to pick Kaisa, and that's like crucial. And you can play at an 80% and still win the game because the draft is really good for it, you know? And that's fine. And that's perfectly fine. Because it's Fearless, you know? You gotta spread yourself a little bit thin. But it doesn't mean we have to like rewrite history. Because it's like, that storyline is gangster in itself. That they were 1-2 down and they're picking Kaisa, a champion that historically doesn't play good on, to slam it. And then to be able to play it in the draft where it's that good. Because he didn't need to play like a perfect game. Even in this game, he made a couple of mistakes, you know? And then like in the previous one where he played as well, he made a couple of mistakes, but it just wasn't super relevant, you know? Because he had the resilience in his mind and the guts to pick it, you know? Obviously, there's better Kaiser. There's a lot of Kaiser players that are better than Gumayusi, but that's besides the point. They're only picking it when it's really, really good. A player like Gala is going to pick Kaiser 1-2 and carry the game with it. That's not Gumayusi. Gumayusi is going to be picking Kaiser in spots where it's really good, like this game. This is a dream Kaiser draft, right? A dream Kaiser draft. And that's perfectly okay. What Gumayusi did on Ashe, we haven't seen anyone do on Ashe in a long time. Like what they did on Ashe in this game was crazy. Gala's not going to be able to do that, and that's okay. But let's not like rewrite history, you know? And when we say like Gumayusi is not good on Kaiser, we are comparing it to the best 80s in the world because that's the context we are putting him in. And that's okay, you know? It's not an insult to Gumayusi to say he's not good on Kaiser. It's just the truth. It's okay, you know? It's like Bingo Bongo told them, you guys are my favorite T1 Delulus. Like, guys, your team is winning, bro. Be happy. Be happy, man. Well, you are, if like T1 stands, you're eating good, bro. You're winning worlds, you're winning worlds, you're winning worlds. It's okay. Has he improved on Kaiser in your opinion? I would say so, yeah. I would say so. Suddenly, 3 years later, he's the best Kaiser at Worlds. That's a microwave coffee didn't listen at all. Man, I give up. I give up. It's okay. Gumayusi is the best Kaiser in the world, bro.
These engages from Keria have been insane. And then Guma dives in. Doran is right there. And obviously Faker comes in with the heroic entrance. And despite Keria going down early, Doran getting chomped, doesn't matter because the
this is
damage
prime
dealer is still
Gumayusi.
alive.
Ain't no way.
What you didn't see was the setup to this
We
team,
have like
which I also really
2023
liked, right?
Gumayusi,
Owner
and we call
is
this prime
waiting
Gumayusi.
just
Ain't no way.
Before that tri-brush for a really long time, they were trying to set up, closing in on this TES team. And as you see the comparison, Jackie Love started off not bad in this specific game, but it was Gumayusi.
This is Yomban like last year? No, it's against Cream specifically.
He's been a little bit shaky on.
Where is Chovy all time now?
Once again on the world stage.
I don't know. The sad part about Chovy was that for 95% of the year, he's the best player in the world, like in the last couple of years. But yeah, it's like everything by design. The grandeur of worlds makes it so damn important that it just overshadows everything else, because the majority of fans only watch the World Championship and then they work backwards. So people got enamored with Worlds because of the spectacle that it's been and that it is and everything else, which is cool, you know, which is fine. But it is sad, and it breaks my heart a little bit. It breaks my heart a little bit that that Chovy as a player will not get the praise that he deserves for his body of work leading up to those semis and those quarters that he lost in, you know? His name is Choky for a reason. T1 broke him. Bro, he lost to KT. And he lost to Billy. He's overpraised? No, I don't think so. I think people that say he's overpraised just don't watch League throughout the year. And that's okay, but I don't think that he's overpraised. Cap's a better player? No, he's not. If the only metric is getting to World Finals, then that's what it is. I don't think MSI is more prestigious than Worlds this year. By design, it's not. If you want to say MSI is a better, it's a more pure test of skill, then I think that's a fair shake. But Worlds is just by design, just has everything, you know? Chovy's overpraised. I think he's 15% better than other mids, but analysts talk about Chovy like he's 2 times better than other elite mids. What are you talking about? That's you just being a dumbass. Bro, like anyone that has any sense understands where someone is way better than somebody at an elite level. We're talking about small percentages. It's like when Magnus Carlsen is smurfing and destroying everybody in classical chess, that means he's like 2% better. You know, he like finds like 2 or 3 moves that are a little bit more efficient, and that's the difference. And then what Chovy does is the same. It's like he gets a couple of more minions, finds a little cheeky more base, he finds a little better trade, he farms a little bit better on site, and that adds up very, very fast. You know. So it's like when we compare Chovy like throughout the year to other players, like when someone says, "Oh, he's by far the best," we're talking about small percentages. You're just projecting an argument that nobody's making. Nobody's making. Yamaru, you laugh when I said Showmaker is better Chovy all time. Yeah, I think it's not true. Chovy has a better career than Showmaker. So you would take Chovy's career over Showmaker? Yeah, of course. Chovy's the most efficient player, but he lacks killer instinct. I don't think this is true. At Worlds, it's been true. I think it's fair to say at Worlds, you know? That's okay. But bro, Faker has clutched it, Chovy has clutched it out in every other competition. I do wish that League fans would put more respect on LCK as a trophy. Bro, look at this tournament, for example. Bro, look at this year as a whole. LCK took a big shit on every other region. It's not even remotely close. All right? Winning LCK is legit, man. LCK is really damn difficult. Gotta put some respect on LCK, man. Bro, LCK is crazy difficult. You're just calling out yourself, you know? LCK is mental. MSI is mental. These are very difficult competitions. Genji is a massive super team. The thing is, in LCK, we had 3 super teams. Straight up. That's why LCK GMing this year was insane. You had Genji. Genji is a super team. How Alive is a super team. And T1 is a super team. Like, if you don't think T1 is a super team, you are trolling. Straight up. Bro, there's no other roster that has retained... No other roster has retained their roster, guys, after winning Worlds. Like, come on, guys. T1 ain't a super team. You say that because... guys... Retaining your roster after winning Worlds, if let's say T1's roster was made in a different org, that would be a super team. Bro, if you win Worlds and you come into the next team, you're a super team. You qualify to that metrics. Like, what are we talking about? You win Worlds and then win Worlds again, and then you sign the best available top laner on the market, then you're crazy. It was full of rookies, and it's still... What do you mean full of rookies? Troll them. This is even stupid for you, man. Full of rookies. At some point, they are not rookies anymore, right? So it's like, if you join a team, you never lose rookie status. I think if you think T1 is not a super team, I think you're trolling. Bro, they were rookies years ago, bro. Carrier played at Worlds with DRX, bro, before he joined T1.
또 기쁩니다. 항상 응원해 주셔서 감사합니다.
Faker never left T1, so he's still a rookie, true, actually. Will you be surprised if Chovy wins LCK at Worlds? It's weird. It is strange. Worlds seems to be so hard to imagine, you know? But it's like this year was just so... Like, I don't know... There's literally nothing a Chovy Gen.G could do within a year. Nothing. This was as legit as they humanly could be. Like, how much more can they do in a year to like make you think they're gonna win at Worlds? It's literally like you can't do more, bro. How can you do more, bro? They shat on everybody, bro. Like, well, they beat KT and like, I don't know, man. Such hypocrisy from this guy. Calls Guma shit all year. Doran the Moran, but they're a super team. What? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. First time chatter. Look at this guy. This guy is just. This is such a small brain take, you know? Such a small brain take from this person. Because he doesn't get that after an off season, coming into a new season, they haven't played a single game. And that's the metric that you measure it by. And Guma, by his standards, didn't have a good year. He didn't have a good year. Like why do fans insist on like rating their players so poor, like bad, bro? Doran the Moran is just like a nickname when he goofs off. I am very fair with my praise and you know and so forth. I'm very, very fair with my praise. This is like zero. This is very small brain. Following since 1 minute ago. Welcome to the fellowship. Welcome to the stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Worlds 2025 here in the semifinals. It's a best of 5 to determine who.
I thought, you know, in spring, at the playoffs, MSI, like, bro, T1 was smurfing, bro. That playoffs was crazy. But I think it's unfair to say that Gumayushi wasn't struggling this year. For sure he was. That's okay. That's okay. It adds character, adds nuance. It's not insulting, you know?
Now that mountain seems higher, that river seems longer for top esports. Not only do they have to beat T1, but they have to do it in a reverse sweep.
Would you have Guma over Ruler all time if wins the third Worlds? No.
Have to imagine that Kiana is going to be the priority
No.
for top esports. Get it in the hands of Kanavi, something that he is extremely.
Gumayushi has won LCK only once. Only win LCK once, no MSI. Less longevity. I can't do that. Fucking Ruler has multiple LPL, multiple LCK, Worlds, World Finals.
Champions like Victor really rise in priority in situations like this, but with the Scion open and the Trundle gone, it looks like that they will in fact lock that Pantheon in alongside that strong top side.
I think T1 won already, guys.
Want to try and take to get through this Pantheon in that top side.
I'm sorry, guys, but
the answer for 369, but I still want to see something from
this
the carry roll that can do a bit of damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Kanavi can cook here, bro.
You need something that can be a bit more.
I think you just first pick Sion in games like these, no? But let's see it. They're trying to give Kanavi some agency.
Oh, he's gone again.
All right. Mel. Honestly.
Can you reflect Arnold?
Yeah, you can, Various. You can also reflect Keanu.
And that is not going to be a fun time for Top Esports. This
We can Mel.
days ago by Faker in their series against Anyone's Legend, and he liked it so much he's like, I'll bring it out twice. The Ezreal now going to be taken away by T1.
Honestly, this Mel game looks better than the last one, bro.
Wow, so you'll see T1 just get rid of.
I think Faker is just playing Mel because he wants the League cinematic to be about him.
Nicely alongside that, they could consider the Caitlyn for Gumayushi if they want a little bit more range. Jhin is also something they consider.
Do you look to get into coaching again? Yeah, I pretty much have a deal done already for next year, so I'll be back to coaching in the tier 1 region.
Alternatively, Lucian could be a very powerful bot side, but with both Braum and Nami gone, it will lower the value of that AD carry.
But I don't want to. Yeah, let's see. Like it's 99% done. Tier 1 region.
Both sides having those top sides fully drafted for our game number 3. I would assume the AD carry would be pick number 4 here for Gumayushi and T1.
Are you for real? I'm for real, yeah.
Looks like it's going to be the
It's 99% done. We're just like hashing out.
It does end up opening up.
We're hashing some stuff out.
We can slow, we can look for picks, we can play for this, but
Gumayushi Ash.
relatively lacking if you start to
Oy, oy, oy.
have a tank on Top Esports side as well.
Oy, oy, oy.
That's what we're going to get now for Jackie Love again. I think you need wanting something with a little bit of higher DPS on the bottom side can work.
I was about to say Misfortune is something that I would kind of expect from Jackie Love, especially with more of the wombo combo that they're going for. They are hovering through a few options right now.
Damn. Damn.
Jackie loves Draven.
Hey, yo.
We've seen so many.
All right. Top Esports are going out with a bang at least.
But into Ashe.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I don't know how great of a pick it is. Like,
Thank you very much for the 5 gifts to South Crazy Panel. Like, I appreciate that. Thank you. Big F, Mega F, Full F.
Close that gap, provide that additional CC. You can see how Top Esports are very much drafted for the team fights. They have a ton of utility, a lot of area of effect damage, and Jackie Love looking to bring the damage on the back end. T1 considering rather than going
I don't know, maybe the stream is bugging. I don't know what's happening.
I think they have enough engage already with the Ashe and the Sion, even the Pantheon as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think T1's draft is fucking good. Top Esports need to get Giga ahead early. I don't know what they're gonna cook up.
And it gives you that opportunity to send out the hostile takeover and make things a little bit more difficult, especially if you can look to reflect some of these engage tools by Faker.
He's back, saved.
Went back towards comfort once before, it didn't work out. But can Jackie Love's Draven, his signature pick, take
we're
them
back.
across at least?
Sorry, guys.
So I have to pose the question. What is the game plan? What is the
most
important aspect of this game 3 for Top Esports? Because whether it was a super slow-paced game or a super fast-paced game so far, T1's been the better squad.
Yeah, I think Kanavi's impact on the map and trying to get this Draven ahead is extremely important. Remember that Ashe has such long range as an AD carry, and her poke facilitated alongside the Mel was something that AL really struggled to close the gap against. So in order to be able to find those engages, you need to not only have an advantage with your Draven, but you also have to have good objective setup. And I think that that really has been the area that T1 has gotten the better of Top Esports in this series.
It's not going to be an easy task for Top Esports as we get onto the Rift for game number 3.
All right.
History is not in their favor. This series has not been in their favor.
Rip stream.
Dig deep if they hope to take down the Korean powerhouse.
I have no idea what's happening, guys.
The last remaining Chinese team here in Shanghai trying to hold on against the back-to-back world champs as we make our way onto the Rift for game 3.
All right.
So immediately
I like T1's draft here. I think they have
as you'll see on the bot side,
they have good tools. I think Mel value is actually high. Renata value is decent. I think it's not an easy Kanavi game to execute. But top esports can get like nice ult combos and like one shot either Ashe or Mel on the opening. I think they can win. But yeah, obviously I think T1 is just gonna 3-0 go. I think they're just gonna 3-0.
Oh, we don't care if you gank us. It's really not that big of a deal. So instead, save your ward in the bottom lane. Save it for when the junglers are likely going to be ganking you around that 4-minute mark so that you can be prepared and read the play. I mean, the reason why
makes it so you're able to poke them down very effectively in the early stages. And if JackeyLove and Hung can't get aggressive in this bottom lane, it is going to be very difficult. And traditionally, that's where I'd look towards the jungle and be like, okay, well, you want to have something that can, you know, facilitate these plays, try and be that spearhead into the bottom lane to enable JackeyLove to follow up. But Kiana,
you guys will never be able to guess which team I'm joining, so
a huge amount now
it's okay.
ahead of Hung to see if he can find these crucial hooks. When Kanavi makes
everyone was wrong so far.
Earlier I mentioned that I expected Kanavi to start on the top side of the jungle. However, he's actually transitioned over towards bot. We just saw JackeyLove helping him take out that red buff so that he doesn't have to go for an early base is very much what I expect, meaning that he's pathing towards the top side of the map unless he's got some creative early pathing plan. We'll keep track of him here as he secures his Raptors.
I think Kanavi just needs to try and avoid Owner. This is what we saw in the Anyone's Legend game where Owner just end up sinking.
There's only one tier 1 region, guys.
It's really difficult for the Kiana to actually be effective in any of this.
It's a red herring.
Pantheon is so strong in these early ganks. So if top esports are able to desync Kanavi, maybe there is a chance where he can actually get access to the bottom lane when T1 are not on that side of the map.
And you can see in the first couple of games, Owner's performance versus Kanavi, just a much better showing so far from the T1 jungler. A part of more than 80%.
All right, no more desperate Kanavi ganks. A good stream we may find him out later. Nah, I have to fly.
200 gold at 14 minutes just shows he's getting that value early and keeping it.
Oh, he absolutely was, and he really has been the
all right, Kanavi.
throughout this year.
You guys will never guess which team I'm joining. You will never guess it. So you can just stop trying.
How much they've stepped up, but so much of this year's accomplishments by T1 have largely been driven by Owner, who so far in this series has been spectacular.
Doran now could be the target, knocked up into the air by 3-6.
All right, will Kanavi flash?
Has the river to try to lock him down, decimating.
All right, holy, part of the full clear.
Kanavi and top esports.
Great patience from Kanavi, waiting for the flash from Doran before he committed the route, allowing him to then get the additional W into Q. This Cream getting very dangerous.
All right, almost with the passive.
Navi even flashing the JDG logo, remembering his roots, but we'll have to see now. Faker might be in trouble.
Yeah, Faker, no mana to work with.
All right, Kanavi.
Kanavi still has flash.
Owner's got his homies back.
So that means the top esports have no play to make.
And this is what I was talking about.
Cash money with first strike.
It's a difficult time because that burst damage from the Pantheon plus the tankiness makes it very difficult for Kanavi in the 1v1.
Thank you, Carisaurus. Appreciate that.
But still, nice gank in towards the top side. Means that Kanavi going to be able to pick up his serrated Dirk and be in a very good spot as he continues out onto the map.
Kanavi going to interrupt the back from Owner.
Yeah, Owner losing half HP there. Solar Snare does not hit the Kiana. Owner has to throw up the shield, get a little bit of extra distance and walk away from
Wait, can Faker even trigger the Q again of Mel? I mean, of Aurora? I don't think he can, though. Thank you, Kokosi. Good to see you.
So you asked Flowers, what is it that we
Bro, it's gonna be nice to stream at least finals from home because at least we don't have to worry about DCs. You can, but it does automatically. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Draven as a champion needs to be accelerated, simply tied to his passive. He is relatively short range later into the game. In those hyper late games, he becomes very difficult to execute as the late game threats increase. The mid game is where he spikes, and you want to
Scream Aurora is a classic.
to allow him to spike effectively.
I don't necessarily see like Mel as a great pick into Aurora, but considering some of the ults here, you get some value from Mel. I think as long as you have CC and engage, I think Mel can be okay.
And now he's going to be moving back up towards this top side of the map as well. So across the board, it means that top esports going to be putting a little bit more pressure on the top side.
Combination.
Now, it does mean 369 going to be able to punish Dorn in the position that he's in. But unless you can get another kill for this Kiana on the top side, it means that JackeyLove is just going to continue to struggle in this bot lane.
Another nice route there with the solar snare for Faker. Sets up so well to combine with the radiant volley to hit just all of those projectiles immediately there for the follow-up. Faker is playing on a very low amount of health, but Cream doesn't really have the mana to try to punish him. Faker.
Ooh, all right, look at that. Top pieces are playing.
Between worlds, hits level 6, wants to immediately drop that ulti to get the flash out of Faker.
Space Cadets, Mr. Sabo. Hey, at least 1-for-1 for Doran the Moran. At least 1-for-1.
369's life for Kanavi, making sure this Kiana can continue to get the kills, and this was the trade-off that we were talking about. Top Esports needed to
Take a look at the squeeze.
top half for Kanavi, and they do get the kill.
Ugly Q there from Cream.
I mean, normally we see players not really invested into trying to camp Sion, but the fact that Kanavi is the one picking up all these kills, he's built up a very healthy lead. And the
junglers do what's best for them. They don't care about your lanes. Kanavi is going top because he can get money. Doesn't care about anything else.
The Draven going to be the one to send up towards top, secure that wave, and also be in a position to contest the grub spawning in a minute and a bit.
We'll also give Kanavi the level 6 nice and early here as he starts to match. Owner already hitting his. He'll be able to move up towards the top half, look towards this big ultimate for the available fights, and Cream has already burned Faker's flash. Now, Faker does have that reflect, you always got to bear that in mind, but if Kanavi can find Faker in these fights, there is enough burst damage to set up alongside JackeyLove to very quickly erase a T1 member off the map.
I mean, we don't see a lot of Mel in professional play.
Alright, let's see if they can stack a wave. It's gonna be hard to dive Sion. I think it's gonna be calm. Carry a Renata, bro, it's a classic. Bro, how Peter just dropped a Renata game yesterday and was just the GOAT? I don't know, Peter just played Renata Lulu, bro. It's crazy, bro. I saw someone make a post on Twitter. It's like 2 players that are in World Finals were rejected when they were scouted. It's like, bro, Peter and Perfect were not good leading up to this World Finals, bro. Like, people need to stop these method takes, you know, like, I don't know why people need to like rewrite history all the time. But people rewrite history so much that it makes me think like, what about world history? The people is world history like just completely like different?
This will be the first objective of the game, and T1 is looking to secure it.
Yeah, just the trade with Top Esports being in a better position on the top side of the map. T1 happy to look for this, and they should be able to continue what has been basically the dragon stacking for them all series long.
Alright, trade objectives. This is chilling. Little cheeky Drake for T1. It's just, I feel like Top Esports is just trying to avoid the awkward thing that the awkward thing being, of course, that yeah, the Drake setups are ass. This is a big chunk because JackeyLove has good lethal, by the way, on ult. It's 170. There's extra damage. Renata's going to protect the boy.
That ultimate continues to get stronger as the stacks
Oh, he got spotted by Ashy.
now, though his priority is on getting that farm. Carry in a position to provide that cover.
Carrier gets spotted by the ward by Hong.
The camps, but Doran needs to be careful because he doesn't know this, but Kanavi is on the top side of the map and could pay that Sion a visit.
Carrier looking to try and cover though, and this has kind of been the job that Carrier has been up to all of this early game, has been making sure he can be in positions where Top Esports are trying to make plays, but he's going to look for the reset, and the wave is starting to push out. 369.
I was closing the window, guys.
A little bit of trouble on the bot side.
Yeah, Gumayushi making sure he takes this trade as long as he can take it, since there's nothing 369 can do in retaliation. Cream wants Faker. Kanavi goes in. Kanavi takes a lot of damage from the turret, but he gets his man.
Wait, what happened?
Now Owner tries to get the follow-up kill, and he flashes for the point blank Q, so that Kanavi cannot escape.
It was just a clean gank.
But it's 3-2 for Top
Making no flash from before.
Claim the feat of warfare.
Owner with the cover, make sure that he's able to get one back, but still.
Kanavi wants to win, huh?
He was constantly looking for these dives. He is
Kanavi wants to win, all right.
in this game.
Kanavi making his presence felt. Hung vicious for a hook onto Hona. Very dangerous fight to take, especially given the health discrepancy that we're seeing from Cream right now. Kanavi is snowballing so quickly though. Already he has completed the Profane Hydra. And this Kiana is getting accelerated.
Oh, nice. This is a great emote.
Top Esports, they need to keep this momentum going if they want to start the reverse sweep.
Kanavi and Tarzan being those two big LPL junglers.
It's renamed to 600. It's a perfect emote. I love this emote. I think 600 is better, no?
So now we'll
600 is better.
With all the money, with the carry opportunity in his pocket, can he be the one
Deal.
to keep this series alive for Top Esports, who are now
Okay, here we go. This is Draven cash out. It's very important. Oh, Draven getting the cash out. So many 1-for-1s for T1. They're keeping the gold even.
They're getting the kills for Kanavi, but they're crucial.
JackeyLove didn't get cash out. Cash in, cash out. Cash in, cash out. The way Hung played it was kind of nasty too, as well, in my opinion. Like, he can just ult and then look to Q out on the buffer, and then they will always kill. Like, Kanavi is one-shots his ass, you know?
Hey, I mean, there are small optimizations, but Top Esports is definitely making
Kanavi is really swole here.
from what we've seen from them so far in this series. Top Esports want to keep this momentum going. Kanavi hovering around the middle lane. Owner has been continuing to farm through his jungle. He's got a sizable CS advantage, a bit of an XP lead over Kanavi. And the gold overall largely remains even because
1 minute to Drake. No blade on Gumi Yusuf. If JackeyLove got the cash out there, he would base on BT, and it would change his power. Well, scaling advantage this game. I would argue that it's relatively even, I think. Relatively even. I think Mel can get really sick though in terms of damage with big items. I've seen Mel with 3-4 items do some freaky things. But imagine this game phase is gonna itemize like something defensive, like an hourglass. We'll see.
Oftentimes when we've seen Kanavi in these sort of do or die situations, he's taken that mantle on. Like, you think, cast your eyes back to the Belveth that he played for JDG in 2023, saying, I will be the carry, I can do it. Wasn't successful then. But now, with the tournament life on the line,
I think LPL players, the issue is that I do think that the coaching is so much better, like, and the standards so much better in Korea. I think culturally everybody's online in Korea in a way that is very empowering for teams to succeed. But I think the biggest issue for LPL is just, if anything, their GMing was horrible. If I could play like LPL God and I could like place all the players on the teams I wanted to place, I could make some good-ass teams, but everything is so scattered and all over the place. Like, we had so many roster changes this year, even in the middle of the year, you know? Can you imagine the Hung just played one split on this team? Because Crisp, like, he swapped with Crisp, you know?
Torch now finished for Faker. Top Esports, will they feel confident enough to go for this early fight?
Alright, Drake spawns now. Let's see what Top Esports do. That's a BT buy. Kanawi's looking fed. No flash from Kanawi. Gumayushi's bot lane with flash on. Redemption's finished on carrier, which means that he's super strong. I don't like that Hung just finished his shoes, you know? T1 has item on support and item on mid. Like, I think they could fight here. I think T1 can fight. Gumayushi doing a good job of like stealing wave from bot with no support attention. I think Gumayushi is so clean on the Ashe. Mel, look at T1 like zoning. No E now on Faker. TS can maybe step in. I don't know, they look so timid. Oh, Faker fucked up. He used W very bad. He fucked up. But Kanawi's down. What happened to Kanawi? Where was Kanawi, man? What happened to Kanawi? Kanawi?
But Top Esports are going
to lose everyone. Owner and Dora. I didn't see the replay. What happened to Kanawi? What did Kanawi do? Bro, Faker used W in a really bad way, and I thought it would be done.
Look into the pit as Kanavi goes over the wall. Owner says not. Doran and Owner shut him down, and on the top
he went into the pit.
Trying to make that fight. JackeyLove gets focused.
Oh, Kanawi.
had a fantastic Renata ultimate on the top side of the fight.
I thought the moment Faker used W like that they would lose the fight. But Redemption, Renata gap, all that jazz added up. It's turning into a bloody affair. Faker with the hook. There's the root sandstorm. Cream has flash. Owner stabbing him. Like, what is Top Esports doing? Why they're so uncoordinated? Like they kill Renata and then two people chase, two people do Herald. What is happening? All right, they got Herald. I think just send them home, guys. It's done.
Top Esports looked unsure about what they wanted to achieve. Kanavi was sticking in the pit, whereas the rest of Jackie Love and the rest were trying to move in towards that topside jungle to find the plays.
Owner in the enemy jungle, stacking up his comet spears, was waiting to see if Kanavi would just greedily jump over the wall and try to start the blue buff. Kanavi finds him there, as now Doran coming in. Big collision on Jackie Love and Gumayushi.
GG.
No flash on the Draven means that T1 can simply run.
GG. Doran the exploit.
What was that? He jumps into the middle of everybody, and the Comet Spear to execute him. The pressure of elimination in the semifinals is crushing Kanavi as Owner tanks up 369 for the time being.
Wow.
Pressure onto Guma. Cream goes between
Guma lives.
Tries to jump in. Gumayushi about to die.
Oh, get the kill. Guma.
They need more now.
Bomba. Yay.
Faker gets the return kill as Faker and carry a duel with Hong and 369. A
triple kill for Orn.
Execution to the golden eclipse for Faker to take out Hong.
Blood has made its way to the rift as both teams have taken the gloves off. Top Esports don't want to walk away with nothing, so they bring the fight to T1. It ends up, considering the gold deficit, quite good for them, finding a couple of kills. The problem is it's the Orn getting the shutdowns. 1,000 gold secured by 369 after he takes out Owner.
369 has been quite elo held.
In from Owner, who's been having a fantastic
Kanavi has had one pace, like he's had attempts at an early game, but
by Kanavi getting caught.
This started horribly because they've just lost Jackie Love in the back, Owner with the snipe, and then T1 think maybe, hang on, we don't want to be around here as Top Esports look to collapse. 369 gets a good Orn ultimate to
such a crazy fight.
And Cream to go for the in-between worlds.
1,000 Gs, baby.
It's all this extra gold going on towards the
then he gets a kill somehow. It's crazy he gets a kill on Ash here.
Cream then gets focused down as Faker comes in.
Who gets series MVP?
And it's just 369 getting so much of this gold.
The TP in from Faker towards the
Let's just give it to Doran. It is what it is.
He arrived behind and provided the much needed damage to help get a few kills back for T1, but we return to the ref.
Owner has been pretty fucking good today. Here we go. Doran the Moran. Clips through. We're just fighting in River 4v5. And our name is Top Esports.
From 369, but it is not enough. T1 still over 2,000 gold ahead. Whirling Death will not find a snipe.
It feels like Top Esports is getting desperate. They force a 4 versus 5. Cream is in the bottom lane with no TP available. That pressure is now even going to be matched by Doran. It won't convert into major objectives, but T1 find themselves more kills.
Yeah, and it feels like desperation for Top Esports, because that's exactly what it is. T1 have run this region for such an incredibly long time, and it feels like it's just going to be another notch in Faker's
Faker
as they
just...
start to move forward.
And we can see
I just renamed the whole country of China, bro. Rename the country, I think, to Fakerland.
Gumayushi and Faker are completely safe. They know
rename it to Fakerland.
Jackie Love is afraid to approach with the collapsing Scion.
The Republic of Faker.
Into 2 kills for T1.
There's just no damage there every single time. Like, great knockup from 369, but we're back to it again.
We might be fighting once more. Rift Herald summing up mid lane here from Top Esports. But T1 are looking to knock the thing down before it ever even gets to charge. Plus 25 gold, might as well have been a melee minion. T1 hold the line there, and now the next Drake has spawned. Whoever secures this objective will secure.
You think fan culture in LPL plays? No.
To the area, control over the
fan culture.
River, trying to defend their control ward. Jackie Love has the axes spinning, ready to step up, try to clear the vision. Cream pincering around, looking to try to cut off T1, coming behind them. Top Esports backing away now on the main front.
Here we go, Aurora. She's sending it. Huge Renato ultimate. Tried to kill Faker. No damage. It's just a wallet gap, baby.
Jackie Love with the flash over the wall just to try to survive.
They letting him live? Send a message or what?
They want more kills.
Go back to base and tell your teammates to FF. So dry. You know what's beautiful? Chinese fans love T1? Of course, bro.
Renata stocks are going to be at all-time high after this game. Keria with another fantastic ult as they just see Cream.
Look how rewarding it is to be a T1 fan. You've gotten to see Faker play every damn year. They win championships, like world championships. It's like it's just like
he was just pushed back by Doran. He was tickling this Scion as the rest of T1 handled the flank from Cream.
what's the name of that? What's Gary Oak? That's if Pokemon was about Gary Oak instead of Ash Ketchum. Faker is Gary Oak.
Top Esports look completely frazzled right now, 20 minutes in to this third and potentially final game in this series, potentially the last game they will play at Worlds 2025. They have not made it to the semifinals since 2020. It's been 5
Honestly,
years for Top
I haven't watched
Esports
enough
looking back to
Pokemon to even make this distinction. Here comes Hong. Can he find the hook? He finds the hook. Can he kill Faker? The arrow comes down to lay down some defensive fire. Faker falls. Here comes the Scion ultimate onto Cream. Cream gets chopped. Dodges it with Flash.
Donated $5 through Super Chat.
Thank you for the $5.
This game feels like Aaron Rodgers' Green Bay Packers when they play the Chicago Bears. Faker owns the LPL like Rodgers owned the Bears.
I know nothing about the NFL. All I know is that the Miami Dolphins suck ass. Thank you for the $5.
Will not let Top Esports rest. It has been so many years that they've continued to find picks and plays.
And Kanavi again just picking the wrong moments. He goes in, he survives for now, but it costs Hong's life this time instead. T1, 4,000 gold lead still, soul points still. And look at the mini-map, it looks like a Christmas tree of red pings. Everybody's calling for Otacon.
Ona adds another notch to the spear as he goes to
Bro, this was the most predictable series of all time, no? And I'm just watching this and I feel bored, you know? T1 take a big dump on Top Esports. We all knew it, bro. Fucking fastest international BO5.
The LPL in best of five at Worlds. 5 years Top Esports not making it to finals.
What's the percentage of AL winning the finals?
It has been T1
0.
taken down 369, and it looks like that reign will continue.
And this pick onto Faker looks like the start of something. But the collapse from T1 is just so
TES was lucky to draw G2, and G2 was lucky to draw TES.
369 trying to regroup, but they then become the targets of the hunt. The slows from
I don't know, that break was so healthy for T1, bro. I feel like Keria and Owner came back as different players. Completely. Keria and Owner came back like completely different players.
On the escape.
The clock ticks ever forward against Top Esports. T1, it's 75 seconds until the Chemtech Soul spawns. Kanavi on the flank.
This series Owner was
to find some sort of a
very
major
nice.
redemption play. He finds a root onto Keria and nothing more. Now he's marked. Kanavi trying to do something on the side, but it's Hong here on the front line that's taking most of the burst. Owner still in the middle of everybody.
Oh, the Keanu whiffed. Owner falls. Jackie Love. Gumayushi. Gumayushi. Oh! Oh! Guys, this was 4v5. Faker wasn't here.
Faker's not even been in a fight though, and Mel is ready to make her arrival. Cream, the only damage really left for the side of Top Esports. Faker pops the rebuttal, and Keria is still alive. Solar Snare locks up the Ornn.
Owner's been the best jungler for a while now. Nah. Like, he's been really great, and he should be in the conversation. But you can't say it like 100%. I land on Tarzan. I accept someone saying Owner too. But I don't think it's like definitive, you know? That's the only thing I would say, you know? Canyon lost so much credit the last 2 months. Really, really. After this Worlds, I gotta go Owner. I think it's Owner, like, I think that Owner and Tarzan had the best years for sure. But I do think that Owner Swiss was quite rough.
But now you can see 369 just perplexed. He's trying desperately on this Ornn to find some way to structure the fights, but T1 are not letting them find their footing.
I think that Tarzan had like, from a player side, I think he borderline had the perfect year. I think Tarzan was one of the best performing players all year. Owner is underrated. He's not underrated. Is Peanut on your list? We're talking about this year. But Doran just tackled him like he's Khabib Nurmagomedov and Jackie Love is Conor McGregor.
Faker should die here through the bailout, so Cream's gonna get the credit on that one. But
I'm with the flash Q.
Cream goes between worlds.
Cream. Ooh, combination in the nation. Okay. This Chemtexol is kind of making them unkillable.
Owner and Doran want some more. Hong gets almost caught by the hostile takeover, but it's 369 focused instead.
At this point, guys, do we just sacrifice LPL and recall all the LCK players?
Find another kill. Doran goes on a rampage, and the 3 remaining men on T1.
You give this guy for people injury sickness to see like Owner being sick or Faker is? No, I think it's like I don't like estimating that because we don't know what all players go through, you know? We don't have like a list of everyone's illnesses and shit. Like sometimes people just don't disclose them as well.
Very close in a number of these fights, but as you said, Dagda, they're just a little too behind in the gold.
T1 is having so much fun. Is this good for Crystal Ball?
Execution onto Faker ends up being traded with Kanavi. Meanwhile, underneath the tower here, you've got Doran and Owner tanking so many tower shots. Cream with a good ulti, 369 with a good ulti.
Imagine like they brought back Scout when he was a good player. Kanavi, Tarzan, TES. Already like Kanavi, Tarzan, TES in LCK. That would already be like so crazy, no? It would be so nuts.
They will immediately start up the Baron. They eliminated IG in the only play-ins game at Worlds 2025. They eliminated AL in the quarters. They're about to eliminate Top Esports in the semifinals. Kanavi takes the arrow.
Wow, it's so easy for T1.
The Baron secured by T1. There's no neutral objectives to care about.
Kael as well, they can bring back.
And there's 35 seconds until the enemy jungler is back alive.
T1 and eliminations at Worlds are just a different
they make it look so easy, bro. They make winning Worlds look like walking in the park, bro. It's crazy. Kael is Korean, yeah. You must have forgot this year was Scout's prime.
T1 continuing their push straight through that mid lane inhibitor. Sidewaves not really set up for a successful multi-lane.
All right, KT-T1 has the potential to be insanely boring, but it also has the potential to be a giga banger.
The focus fire into 369 as Cream and Kanavi scramble to stay alive, but nobody on Top Esports has anything to stop T1. It's only the mid laner left. They'll get the final kill. And
bro, what's the average game time? 29 minutes. My lord, bro. Bro, look at him, bro. Bro, they're chilling, bro. Bro, they're not even sweating, bro. Bro, the hardest thing Kerry needed to do all series was walk over to the other side of the stage, bro.
For the 4th time in a row, they will return to the world final.
Jesus, they got dick slapped. They literally got dick slapped. Look at them, bro. They are chilling, man. They're on vacation.
Appearance rate is absurd at this level of competition.
Holy moly, bro. This is just a rerun, bro. It's a rerun, bro. It's a rerun episode.
Incredible showing from T1 heading to the finals yet again. And now it's time for us to go ahead and toss this one back to our analysts.
And it ends not in a bang, but in a whimper for the last representative of the LPL in their own house in Shanghai as they once again
Peter.
walk into the
Bro, I want BDD and score to win, bro. Not gonna lie, bro. I want BDD and score to win. Thing is, I have my homie, the GM of T1 is a really good friend of mine, Becker, you know? Really good friend of mine. But bro, you have enough world championships, bro. It's okay. It's fine, bro. Becker, it's okay.
It wasn't much of a series.
BDD and Scout.
Great for T1. And I think the big difference, like,
Is Korean dominance and T1 winning worlds and CMI kill the esports?
of this series came
I think it might slowly. I think LPL is gonna suffer. Did Mata win as a coach? Worlds, no.
TES were trying to make plays. T1 was there stymieing them at every turn.
I mean, I just think it's another incredible performance from T1. You just can't say enough. 4 straight World Finals, ridiculous. 8 out of 10 times Faker has made World Finals when he goes. He's now going for his 6th World Championship. It is just unmatched. It will never be matched. He's so far beyond the game to me that he is just one of the most dominant people in sport, period, ever.
Yeah, and we were
Your player of the game?
just here before, right? It is such
Owner?
a long career, and you've had to come up with monikers for him over and over. It was the
Owner?
the young upstart that won Worlds, that was the start of a dynasty. It was the T1 dynasty with the back-to-back victories. It was the unkillable Demon King. It was the captain that led his team when the rest of his team fell short. It was the other way around.
I feel like, bro, it just depended on who played the champion that needed to do more in the game, I feel like, bro. Like, T1 was just better everywhere, no? Bro, I don't remember my crystal ball. Let me check my crystal ball. Pick him. Obviously, my pick him is completely disgusting. But honestly, like, maybe as a BDD fan, maybe my knockout picks were the most base thing possible. Because I didn't believe in, like, I basically didn't get excited about KT here, didn't get excited about KT here, and didn't get excited about KT here. So maybe I am just the best KT fan of all time. Maybe I'm just the best KT fan of all time. I never got excited. Let's see my crystal balls. My crystal meth. Global rank 7%. Winning faction. Bro, I picked K-Rule. That's such a troll, bro. That's such a troll, bro.
The last time that T1 was in the World Finals was 2021. It was EDG versus DK.
Wow.
Back then, that was
Who's
the
this?
debut of the 4-man core that
Who's
stands
this?
to this day. Keria, Gumayushi, and Owner. And I think that even today,
Oh, nice.
we
You
also
picked,
need to
this pick him is
highlight
exactly the same as
I'm not
mine.
here trying to dig on Doran. I
But
think
here you're
actually
just
the
the GOAT.
series, his world has been solid so far.
Oh, they're gonna
but
interview.
that 3-man unit for me is something that we keep going back to, the stability of Gumayushi, the carry potential of Keria, the way he takes over
There's the
games,
crystal meth.
and Owner, who just is one
Right,
of
let me
the
see the
most
crystal meth.
reliable junglers that we have seen here, as my boy Doran, or I say our boy Doran, getting...
So this was a goof. This was a goof, maybe. This was getting clapped by highest KDA Guma Yusuf. Most different champs ruler, but I thought ruler would go all the way, bro. That's rough, bro. We'll get the most first bloods. Owner the boneless. I don't know if he's up there. Viper's gone. Most Baron steals. Most Elder Dragons. Ay, 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 ay. It's DPM lol. Becomes.
Yeah, he's standing by on stage for the Verizon post-game interview where he will be talked to by Candice, if my eyes don't deceive me.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
Could you say hi to the fans?
안녕하세요. T1 탑라이너 도란입니다.
Hi, this is T1's top laner, Doran.
There he is.
今年我们世界赛的主题是争者留其名，而多兰选手，你的名字
What if Doran's like, thank you, Zeus, for leaving T1?
决赛的舞台上，你即将登上那一个所有选手都梦寐以求的舞台，这也是你职业生涯第一次踏上决赛舞台。而召唤师奖杯就在你的身后，同样的也是近在咫尺。所以你此刻有怎样的感想呢？
Congratulations on the victory. This year's Worlds team was name etched in battle, and this is also your very first Worlds finals of your career. With the championship trophy now so close, what kind of feelings do you have at this moment?
입장하면서 트로피를 봤는데 너무 가슴이 벅찼고 꼭 저거를 갖고 싶다라는 마음이 많이 들어서 오늘 열심히 했던 것 같습니다.
When I was making my way to the stage, I was able to see the trophy, the Summoner's Cup, and I really want to have that in my hands. That made me want to play even better, even harder today.
但是在今天的这一场比赛当中，当队伍需要的时候，你依旧会拿出自信的战士类的英雄。所以，当你拿出不同类型英雄的时候，会有怎样不同的心态呢？
In previous matches, Doran, you are often playing tank champions, but today, when the team needed it, you brought out the bruiser champions. How different does it feel to play these different types of champions? What kind of mindset do you switch back and forth?
메타라고 생각했기 때문이고 또 상황에 따라 필요한 챔프들 언제든지 다 꺼낼 수 있다고 생각해서 마음가짐은 카미 같은 경우에는 탱커와는 다르게 좀 상황을 만들어줘야겠다는 마인드로 임했던 것 같습니다.
I've been playing a lot of champions because it is the tank champion meta on the top lane, but I'm always ready to play different type of champions when the situation needs me to play different kind of champions. The mindset that I had when I was playing Camille, I was like, unlike other tank champions, I should be able to set things up for my team as well.
What do you feel of your Zeus right now?
我还记得你在刚刚加入 T1 的时候，曾经在直播当中说
You should just feel anger at Genji, bro.
现在我坐在了 T1 的基地当中
Genji made you look bad.
辜负这一份机遇，面对重重的压力。
Because T1 has the chance to win a world championship without beating Genji a single time in a best of 5.
给你带来最大的改变会是什么呢？
That's crazy, you know?
I still remember when you first joined T1 and you said on your stream that it feels like a dream. I cannot still believe that I'm actually sitting in T1's facility. And since then, you have worked so hard in order to make everyone to remember the name T1.
Obviously, now it's easy to say that T1 would have fucked over Genji, but guys, Genji beat T1 convincingly in every best of 5 that we like in those game 5s, you know, the Genji was the one clutching it up the whole year. So
저도 많이 배웠고 또 그런 것들이 지금 이렇게 월드 결승을 진출하는 그런 성과를 이룬 것 같습니다.
In the past, I used to get so stressed out by every single result of each game.
Genji didn't can cry about not getting to play T1 at BDD Rexu. What does that have to do with anything, Scredible? Is that just bad bait?
I was so stressed out by every single result, but after joining T1, I was able to see how mentally strong my teammates are, and I was able to learn so much from them. And with that, I was able to make it to the Worlds finals.
Last year, they also went to 5 games. We have Telecom Wars in the finals, bro.
Throughout this year, in T1's voice comms, T1 players and coaches have always been there encouraging you.
Who are you supporting?
But today, you gave it everything.
I'm about to redeem my BDD stonks. I've been a BDD fan for a very long time, and I got so much shit in times where I said the BDD is a better player than the majority of SK players, and the BDD over the last 3 years, how insane he was. I'm happy the world has opened its eyes, you know.
So many hardships this year.
I've been calling him Big Dick Daddy for 3 years, bro.
Together. Now we only have one more week to go.
Slim Shady knows. He's been Big Dick Daddy on this stream for 3-4 years.
前多兰选手也说过，在瑞士轮阶段，你们面临了很多的挑战。 就好像是一个个的死胡同，但是
You know, it shouldn't matter super much because I would be very, very happy for Doran and T1. It would be like an amazing feat. I do feel like the league fandom will go to die though if T1 win another one. Like the League of Legends fandom will be death.
Did you feel that loud cheer you talked about? How much motivation did their voices give you?
라이라.
네, 이렇게 타국에서 또 큰 경기장에서 좋은 경기 할 수 있는.
On the contrary, I actually think casual people love T1 winning. No, you don't understand what I'm trying to say.
지치지 않고 잘 달려갈 수 있는 것 같습니다. 감사합니다.
I am very, very lucky to be able to perform on such a big stage, also abroad. It's all thanks to this energy, the cheer, the support coming from the fans. You guys make me keep going. Thank you very much.
I'm happy for Doran, man. Doran's biggest crime in his career was being worse than the best top laners in the world.
And that whole interview to me is such a microcosm of Doran, a player that is so insanely endearing, right? This is a player that since 2020...
No, I know you're not malicious, Glass Ball. Like Bingo Bongo, Glass Ball, troll them. Like you guys are just... Like you guys aren't super... like serious, you know, like there's no malice in you guys having like your takes. You're just engaging with entertainment. So it's like I think you can really see a difference between how malicious people are and aren't, you know. I appreciate that, Glassball.
It's Dorian versus Peter.
So my point, the reason, so basically, like if I lived in my own simulation or whatever, I think it would be like T1 winning again, super cool. I think Faker winning is super fucking nice. Doran winning is fucking cool. My point was more, it's like, I can tell you guys, it feels this way where for somebody, like I invest so much time into watching League of Legends the whole year, you know, in terms of the stories, in terms of understanding the game, and of course, you know, like basically like this year alone, like I'm watching, I don't know, 1,000 fucking competitive games. I keep track of every single game and every single player in the big major regions, you know. And the exhausting part would be because now if T1 win again, and then come the build up towards Worlds 2026, no matter what you say, no matter what your arguments will be, no matter what you present as your thesis or the information, where you try to build a storyline and the potential and the build-up, people are just going to throw in your face, none of this matters. T1's going to win anyway. And I think that part will be boring, you know? Because it's the same in the context of like Genji, where people came to me, it's like, haha, Yamato, told you Genji would choke. It's like, well, it's like there's nuance to the story, you know, like this isn't just another Marvel movie, you know, it's there's so many details that makes this so insane, you know. Now I disagree. I could tell you from the perspective of someone that makes content around this, you really get attacked by this, you know. This Worlds is the same. It's like I think this Worlds has been insane for Faker in the sense that I think his teammates were like kind of underperforming, you know. Now they're ramping up and everyone's playing good, but bro, like I look at that game 5 and I have no idea what Carrier and Owner were doing, bro. Like I have no idea what Carrier and Owner were doing, but that is one of the worst. That is one of the worst performances I've ever seen from Owner in his career, and he won. Like, he had good smites. Kuma had been good for the entire tourney. He's been good for the for the most part, yeah. But even in the AO series, his Draven game and his Ziggs game was quite bad, you know. Faker did some insanely heavy lifting. Did you like this Worlds personally? Yes. Yes. But I think the 600-second thing we did was very helpful. Because I think for me, maybe it's like an elitist thing. But I think it becomes like that. Where you become a little bit defensive about making sure that the story is told correctly, you know? As if like you're an historian of the year. And I think a lot of the details, at least for me, to preserve those details is important, you know? Yeah, I think it's natural to feel bad for Chovy, you know? Like, I think like he didn't say anything or do anything. The narrative was built up around him, you know? It is kind of crazy that T1 did get Hextech Soul in that game. But that's the game, right? That is the game. What I think about T1 is that when one teammate lacks on performance, someone else carried the game. I do think that, yeah, it was true for Genji too, you know? It's like, even though Canyon was underperforming in LCK playoffs, it was like, yeah, but there's Keen, there's Ruler, there's Chovy, there's Duro, who cares? 600 seconds really kept my sanity, bro. But as an entertainment product, I love cool storylines. That's how I enjoy League, you know? Wait, is Chronicler saying goodbye again?
Not doing any of that. I will not cry on broadcast again until next week. That's fine.
You will.
I hope.
Is Chronicler saying bye again? You know, I like Chronicler, bro, but he's saying goodbye every stream. I don't know. He's been on his last stream like 82 times, man.
Not get excited about KT and then a wonderful grand final. I'm gonna cut you guys off. It's been enough. Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it. This is crazy, but that is a wrap for us here in Shanghai as our finalists KT and T1 make their way to the World Championship stage in Chengdu. We'll be live
Check
next
stream
week for the League of Legends World Championship Finals with Game 1 starting on Sunday at 3 p.m. local time.
In a mindset where they need to panic. I don't know if like Canyon's calling to fight everything, or it's like Keen wants to fight more than he normally does, and he's the guy that's normally playing side lane. I don't know where it comes from, but the default response to like always fight is the downfall of Genji. But yeah, anyways, that's it for me. This is my last stream from Korea. This is my last stream from Korea. Less than 24 hours and I'm out. So
That's also my last stream for Korea.
For finals, and that will be the last stream for a very long time. Yeah, I mean, most people know why, but it's very, yeah, it's been leaked. Check Sheep Esports. So that's that. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.
All right. Oh, nice background. Are you home for finals? Yeah, I'm going home for the finals. Just a thought, if LCK Broadcasting reached out and offered you a competitive salary as a commentator caster, would you accept? It would depend on how my my future wife would feel about it. She gets to decide. Why did we fall again for TES? Bro, who fell for TES? Who in the right mind thought the TES would do anything to T1 here, bro? Come on, man. What do you mean fell for TES? I rated TES as 5th best. I think they did okay. My man put a Wii in there, bro. No, like, even though I will work, I'll be busy and I will work, you will still see me, guys. You will still see me. I have a lot of reasons to watch, I'm going to watch Kespa Cup this year. We're going to be co-streaming Dom's games. Guys, what I have planned next year will make everybody happy in here. So don't worry, guys. I would never leave you guys hanging. You guys are my homies. What's that place in your desktop? I have no idea. Maybe somebody in chat knows? It looks like Gothic. It looks like Austrian. We'll still do SI? Yeah. No more bullet stream? Yeah, I think I might just stop. Now, you guys will never guess what I'm doing next year. Well, starting this year. All I can say, guys, is that I will be competing against the best in the world instantly. That's all I can say. Sanctuary of Las Lajas. I'm competing against the best in the world instantly. Okay, Habibis. Have a good night. I'm gonna leave. So I'm not gonna be streaming or doing content in the next couple of days because I'm going to... You're going to be a broadcaster? No, I'm competing. I'm competing, brother. This will be my last dance. This will be my last dance, guys. Gonna twerk on stage, bro. Right?